Welcome everybody to the Monday Night Wave. This is now episode 5. I go by your host Jay. Once again, music producer about 14 years. Avid fan of wrestling, and like no other, I'm gonna do the DX pose, the video that you can't see, and pass it off to my boy Hero. Go
Hello,
ahead.
everybody. It's your mother's favorite heel, your wild card, your king of gorgeous. And whose game is it? It's Hero's game, baby. Welcome. And Lone Cold Steve Loneston. I have a question for you.
What you got? What's going on?
Ooh, what do you want to pot about, my guy? What are we starting the show out with?
We got a lot. Show stacked, man. We got, of course, Raw, SmackDown, Chamber just happened. If for us at 2 a.m. and for everybody else in Australia yesterday or this morning, I don't fucking know. The time difference had me all fucked up.
Yeah.
So we just got wrestling to talk about, people. Okay, we got wrestling. No matter what time zone you in, we're ready to talk the suplexes and ankle locks.
Yeah, real grabs.
Grabs and raps, baby. Grabs and raps.
Yep.
All right. You want to start off with just like our news week and go from there? Actually, no. Let's start with our question.
All right, yeah, let's do the question because it's a short news week.
I think you sent me the question earlier this week, and you were like, "What are my 5 favorite finishers of all time?"
Yes, which is a hard question.
Oh, it was hard.
I asked DT last night, and he was just listed them, and I was like,
"Yeah,
some of them were fire."
No. Like, I know when I say this list, there's gonna be somebody that I forgot. I do have some honorable mentions. I have like 3 honorable mentions, just because I was like, "Damn, bro, like I like y'all, and I gotta give y'all a shout out, but y'all not in my top 5." So for my honorable mentions, we have Dudley Boyz 3D. Okay. I think 3Ds was just like that's solid. Even though the Usos does like the 1D right now, I think something about Bubba and Devon just throwing people through tables, solid.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. It was easily one of my favorite tag team moves. It was super protected. Like I don't think anyone ever kicked out of the 3D. The 1D is different, but I don't think anyone ever kicked out the 3D. And it was a fun move to do. Me and my cousin used to do it to our younger cousin. It was fun.
it was a very like the level of execution for that move was low. Anybody can do a 3D.
Yeah.
You just had to have somebody else ready on the opposite end and a small cousin. Next up was the Muscle Buster by Samoa Joe. I love the Muscle Buster. I think that was just like a really dope move. And I think the first time I saw it was like there's this this anime that was on like Fox Kids or something like that called Ultimate Muscle. And
man, that's a
gym. Ultimate Muscle is my shit. I think the main character used like the Muscle Buster as like his finisher. So I just thought it was an anime move. And so I seen Joe do it, and I was like, this is real? People do this shit? And was sold from there.
Nice.
And then last but not least, hold on, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2.
You only said 2.
Okay, yeah, my bad. I got 2 more. These are all, once again honorable mentions. Blade Runner, which is the Jay Wright or Sister Abigail by Bray Wyatt. It's the same move. I love like the snap, like neck breaker. I love the fact that it's like such a once again a safe move that you can do that, but the impact looks like it's like that shit hurt.
Yeah,
it's always, especially the way Bray did it, like the whole like bending backwards and the setup for it was great. Yeah, and last one is the ankle lock. That's honorable mention. Kurt Angle ankle lock was a great one. Once again, just the way you can. It's just the level of emotion that Kurt had while he was doing it. But yeah, those are honorable mentions. Top 5. Name off really quick. Number 1, no brainer. RKO. RKO is just one of those ones, bro. The surprise RKOs are the best. I think my favorite RKO was the actually did it on Seth. It was the Mania one.
Yeah.
Was it the
when he tried to do a curb stomp and
and got lifted.
Do you know the backstory to that?
Nah, what you got?
Real quick. They knew they wanted to do that spot, and they practiced it, and they every time they practiced it, they fucked up, and they were not going to do the move, and then they got like they was in the zone, and it's like let's try it, fuck it, and then they hit it. That was their first time hitting it. They weren't able to ever hit it during like the few times that they practiced it. They could not hit it.
That's and then insane.
when it fucking counted, they hit it.
Yeah, because that shit was beautiful, bro. Yeah. That was that's my favorite RKO. Number 2, Stunner. Stone Cold got that. The Stunner's just a classic one. Like it's just one of those ones that like as a wrestling fan, as a kid growing up, you always wanted to stunner somebody. Mm-hmm. Everybody got stunnered. Number 3 is Sweet Chin Music. Once again, just iconic person behind it. A lot of momentum for like different storylines and different rivalries. Like Sweet Chin Music is just solid. It got even better when he started like revving it up by like stomping in the corner and the loud fucking like stomps. Loved it.
Man, that was on my list, but it's cool. I got enough honorable mentions. I can switch it up.
No, I love this. It's okay.
I love the Sweet Chin Music.
Sweet Chin Music is amazing.
I love super kicks. I mean, now they're kind of watered down or whatever, but I don't know. There's something about kicking a nigga in the face that just seems so fucking cool. It just seems so cool, and just you could just do it. Just like an arcade, also you could just kick a nigga in the face
any moment. The ones that be killing me with Shawn Michaels is like when he be acting like groggy or like he's like there's no like stamina or he's fatigued and he just pop it out of nowhere. Like those are the best ones.
And then like lay back on and then lay down on him. Pause.
Yeah, just lay down. Yeah.
That
was 1, 2, 3. Number 4, I love power bombs. So this was very difficult for me to choose just one power bomb. Last Ride.
Hey.
Undertaker's,
amazing choice.
Undertaker's Last Ride was like that was the one that was like, that's the best powerbomb I've seen. Like it was tough because like inside this list was like Batista Bomb and like Razor's Edge. I really love Razor Ramon's Razor's Edge, but like Last Ride was just, I think it was the extension. In the same way that Kevin Nash did his. Like it was just to pop you up and just lift you and just drop you.
Yeah, and during that time, like obviously, you know, they protected themselves, but you know, it was a little rougher back then. But so like, when he did it to like Spike, like specifically when he did it to smaller opponents like Jeff Hardy, and like it looked so like it looked like he was killing. Yeah, like you know, the Last Ride is easily one of the best power bombs.
Like, he was fucking them cruiserweights up, man. Don't let him be the Hurricane in the Last Ride,
man.
And last but not least, this one's like it's not controversial, but it's definitely a good one. But it's from the person he didn't really care about everybody else's health. Is Goldberg Jackhammer. Once again, he got a cruiserweight in that suplex. He's dropping you on your head. Like one of the most questionable workers had a dope finisher. Visually watching it, great. Probably receiving it was not the best thing at all.
I feel it. Absolutely not. And then you know, sometimes he'd hold you up there for like fucking 40 seconds. I'm like, bro.
Run with you. One arm is dancing around the ring and shit. What you got? What's your 5?
All right. Well, all right. So I'm gonna just get this one out of the way. The dude is kind of problematic now, but the F5.
Go ahead. Yep, it was on my list.
I love the F5.
Yep.
When it first came out, it was the dopest shit to me. I used to do that to my little brother and my cousins and shit too. In the younger days, it just looked super devastating. Like when he hit people like a Hardy or The Rock or a couple other people, like it looks so it looks so good. I love it.
You know, especially Ruthless Aggression era F5, like when he really had the strength to like really get you up there, it was nasty. I think this is fucked up, but I think one of the most brutal fucking F5s I've seen was when he did that the angle with the dude with one leg, Zach Gowen, I think, and he was just fucking tossing him everywhere. Yeah. So 2003, 2002 Brock with the F5 peak.
Yep. Okay, and then all right, so I had the Stunner on mine as well, but you know, specifically Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah.
Because it just looks super smooth the way he does it compared to other people. Throwing up the middle finger before doing it, that was always cool as shit as a kid, flipping people off and shit, trying to get away with it. Yeah,
it's
just,
also like the people selling it. The people who sell it also make it look so much better. Rock was a good seller for the stunner,
absolutely,
for sure.
Fucking Scott Hall's sell was hilarious as hell. Okay, so I also all right, now I'm switching it up. Okay, because I also had the sweet shit in the 3D, but I have some honorable mentions, so I'm gonna switch it up.
Go for it. Yeah, let's go.
All right, so I'm gonna go, and I don't care what anyone says, but I'm gonna go with the curb stomp, and I think it's because it's conventional. It's effective. I mean, it can be. The Fiend kind of broke it for a while, but again, there's something about stomping a motherfucker out that's just super appealing to me. And like for me personally, I like moves that you can, for the most part, that you can do on anybody, any size. That way, it doesn't matter how old you get, how beat down your body is, you can still hit that move. Especially like whether it's a Rey Mysterio or a Big Show, and the curb stomp is one of those kind of moves. Yeah, I know. I love it. I love the stomp. It's simple. It's
wasn't there a moment in time where he couldn't use the curb stomp anymore? Like didn't they stop him from using it at like a set point?
Yeah, there was like a 2-year period or something like that. And it was most like, so yeah, that's when he was like being Triple H's protege / during the Kingslayer phase when he was going against Triple H. But yeah, the word curb stomp was, it has bad implications due to like
it does,
racial
very bad implications,
which is why it's just called the stomp now. But yeah, he couldn't do it for like 2 years, and that's why he was doing he was experimenting with a bunch of shit. Like he had a revolution knee, which is kind of like the Rainmaker, except for like with the knee. He did something else, and then he settled for like the pedigree for a while.
What I kind of like realized that the super conventional finishers like the curb stomp are really solid. I was gonna put Superman Punch on my list because it's one of those crazy conventional ones that you can do against anybody.
Yeah, I feel it. Next, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the pedigree. Actually, there's something fire about that to me.
Pedigree's good.
Yeah, pedigree. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Pedigree's good. Triple H was a amazing heel. Yeah. And then for the last, this might come out of the blue, but I'm gonna go coup de grace. I was talking.
That's Finn's, right? That's someone off the rope, right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's something. I don't know. There's something about wearing, because if you ever see Finn's shoes, you know he got some kicks. There's something about stomping a nigga's chest in with some Nikes, some custom shoes, like off the top rope, just caving a dude's sternum in. I don't know.
Imagine he did that shit in like Timbs.
Man. That'd be great. Or some of those old lugs.
Man. The fucking lugs, yo.
The Birdmans. And then for honorable mention, I have the cave-in, which it's Cameron Grimes' move, which, unless you were watching NXT, you probably haven't seen it often because he hasn't been on the main roster. But the cave-in, essentially, it's a standing coup de grace. And it's cool as hell because it's kind of like an RKO where you can hit it out of like anywhere. I haven't seen him miss it, even on people who are taller than him. But essentially, it's like, you might Irish whip someone into the ropes. You guys run at each other. He jumps up, stomps your chest in. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fire. I've had it on I've had it on both of my characters the last 2K games, actually, because you can just pop it out of nowhere, and it's a running finisher too, technically. So you could also just run at the motherfucker and just boom, trigger it.
Okay, I like that.
And then honorable mention Angle Slam.
Okay.
Angle Slam was fire. Kurt. Yeah, man. Shout out to Kurt.
The Angle Slam was great because, like, once again, he just peak Kurt, bro. Like, doing the Angle Slam like Big Show, like Kane, Taker, like, that's not easy, bro.
No,
like,
it's not.
That's Brock. Like, that's hard to do. Yeah, I like that. Kurt definitely has a great moveset. I think Kurt has one of my favorite movesets. Even shit, if you think about it, Kurt had a moonsault too. So
Yeah,
like there was a point in time where he was flipping. So like Kurt kind of has the entire like the total moveset of everything. You know,
yeah,
Germans, submissions, aerials. Like he wasn't that much of a striker, but like everything else he had.
yeah, no, yeah, Kurt's that guy, absolutely.
Also, shout out to Drew McIntyre. The Claymore is cool too. I do like the Claymore.
Claymore is also cool, yes, absolutely. And King Shasa, like there's a lot of real cool finishers.
Yeah,
And there's so many wrestlers, like so just choosing 5 is pretty damn hard.
it is. You know what used to be really dope, but I think is overrated now based on how many people do it. Spear.
Mm, yeah,
I feel like the spear used to be like if Goldberg pop one off, Rhino pop one off, like that was like crazy. But now everybody does a spear, and it doesn't really finish anybody.
I mean,
It's just a good.
Braun
Yeah,
Breakers is his is the new fire though.
His is nuts. His is fucking nuts. And he do be finishing off of his, but like the fact that everybody has it in like their arsenal, it makes it feel like it's less special to me.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I need Braun to reclaim that. Bring that glory back to the spear for sure.
Yeah, for real. Honestly, make a let's get a triple threat with him, Bobby, and Roman, and let's just winner keeps the spear. You know what I'm
saying? Winner goes to the Atlanta Falcons. They need you.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, cool. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed that list.
Yeah, the list was great. Yo, that's gonna be the comment for the question for the pod this week is gonna be what's your favorite finisher? I'm interested in seeing like what people gotta say, what you choose, and it can be anybody from any different promotion. Like if it's backyard wrestling, you got something that Joe Blow did, let me know. I'm trying to check it out.
For real.
All right, you said it was a slow news week. Let's knock it out real quick.
Yeah, slow news week. Oh, I guess there was one I could have put on there. Anyway, so essentially, okay, so shout out to Mustafa Ali, who is the new TNA X Division champion. Essentially, it's pretty crazy. So in the last 24 hours, essentially, because Matt Riddle won a championship, I don't remember the name, and then also Nick Nemeth won the New Japan IGP Global Champion. So shout out to all 3 of them for getting some gold outside the territory. You know,
I think it's really dope to see like these superstars like just reclaim like their energy, reclaim like their spotlight, because nothing's worse than being like you have it and people tell you that you have it and you're not able to let it out. Especially in particular with like Ali and Dolph, like those dudes, or Nick, like those guys are fucking amazing. I was watching like Ali go through like this shit like while he was with the E, and like the name change, or like him becoming a heel, or just not being able to like find footing in like his character. But we know that like WWE has context, and not context, but has like a history of like not utilizing people with Middle Eastern backgrounds correctly.
Just foreign characters in general for the most part.
Foreign characters in general, yeah. It's just like you have to be stereotyped into like one like kind of like pocket, and I didn't really like that, especially when they be like, yo bro, I'm from Chicago, like my family's from there, but I'm from Chicago, bro. So definitely shout out to him. I'm interested in seeing it. I think it's really dope that they're claiming this gold. I'm anticipating Forbidden Door. I just want to see what happens there. Like Dolph Kenny, shout out to my man Kenny, would be kind of dope. Just Dolph in general with like a chip on the shoulder is something I want to see. So hopefully he retains it. Hopefully he has a good little run with that.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. I'm here for it. Yeah, next thing I have is which we learned if you saw the chamber today. So while they were sending things to to build the set, some pirates apprehended a ship or two and stole some equipment, and that's just absolutely hilarious.
Bro, that's crazy. And like I don't know if we'll ever figure out what they exactly stole, but the fact that like somebody could have pieces of like the Elimination Chamber somewhere, or just like pyro or like lighting, like somebody about the craziest birthday party ever with Cody Rhodes' fucking pyro. just in their backyard.
That'd be crazy too, because they was doing hella pyro for the chamber.
They was doing mad pyro for the chamber. That's just a crazy thing to think about. But like, yeah, bro, like they can't get those pieces over by flying. You got to put that shit on boat.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably got a bunch of those plastic chains and shit, and maybe some of that plexiglass, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?
What is this? What are we building out here?"
That's what happens when you just steal shit without knowing. Like when people just steal random Amazon boxes and stuff, you don't know what's in there, bro. You just stole my shower caps. Like, what's wrong with you?
I got a leash for my dog. Like, what you doing?
Exactly.
Give me my foot cream, man. It's especially they didn't know what they stole. But then again, like that's what, bro. We don't get it off to somebody.
Yeah,
somebody trying to build a promotion out there in the middle of Australia. Somebody got a nice little ring set up.
You had one right on the docket that you had.
Yeah, so like this one, I hate that it has to come to this, but that man Cena spoke out on the Vince lawsuit and the allegations. I believe he did this on like the Howard Stern show, and his quote exactly was, "I don't think it's complicated to talk about. It's complicated to listen to. That's why I don't necessarily put a lot of time and equity into it. There's still a long way to go. I can say this. I'm a big advocate of love and friendship and honesty and communication in the same breath. I'm also in the same breath, I'm also a big advocate for accountability. If someone's behavior lies so far outside of our value system that the balance shifts of I can't operate in a world where this works, that's the end result of being accountable. Right now, I'm going to love the person I loved, be their friend. I love you. You have a hill to climb. There's a saying of you don't know who your friends are until shit hits the fan or your back's against the wall. That doesn't make any of what's going on any easier to swallow. Just telling someone you love them, it's a hill to climb, and we'll see what happens."
No, okay. All right, so real quick, in comparison, I'm like, because in the same day, actually, Randy Orton had an interview with Sports Illustrated. His quote was, "I would not be where I am today without Vince McMahon. But fuck, I'm reading this shit. What I've seen and read, as far as commenting on it, it fucking hurts my heart. It hurts my heart." Now, that was Randy's quote. Now, one of those quotes is better than the other. One of those responses is a lot better than the other. But at the end of the day, Jonathan Cena, he could have just said no comment also.
For sure.
Because his response wasn't that great. And like
he said a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, it was a bunch of essentially it was, and this is the small part that I kind of understand. Essentially, he's like, "That's my friend. He has a hill to climb. He has a redemption arc in him or something like." But like he tries to stay loyal to the soil. Essentially, is kind of like what he's saying, and I do get that to a degree. But again, it's to a degree,
bro. Like,
yeah, no, exactly.
Crazy.
It's to a degree. Like, you know, if DT got in a car accident, I would stick by him. But no, it's like there's like this is a high level crime that we're talking about here. This is some egregious shit.
Yeah.
If that's how you truly felt, you should have just said no comment.
and that's what's so crazy about this is that this isn't like, Vince, accidentally kill somebody in a car accident or anything like that. This is like, somebody who was being manipulated and used and abused for several years vicariously through this man, and also other people. Like you had other staff members, visualizing and aware of the certain situation. Like somebody who didn't want, from what we've read, didn't want a relationship with Vince and was kind of forced into it because he gave her a job and like stability. It was just a lot of abuse and a lot of just nasty shit all around. I believe that yes, just say no comment, bro. If you got nothing, just be like, hey, the situation's tough, but I got no comment on it. Then again, that may imply that he has something to do with it or that he's guilty. But that's better than saying this shit. It's like, yeah, you are right in the sense of you don't know who's behind you until shit goes left. However, circumstances.
Yeah. However, some lines shouldn't be crossed. And also, the fucked up part is that Grant. I mean, I can't say I know this for sure, but I'm assuming Grant is probably not the only person. She's just the only person that came out.
Yeah, bro.
This man is like 78. He's probably been doing this shit for a long time. And
there's people who don't want to say anything because they're afraid. And that's why I fucking hate that too. But yeah, man. Cena, it's like shit, bro. Like,
I thought it's the Howard Stern, so it's like you should know that you're gonna get some, raunchy or straight up like, because Howard Stern, he asks straight up questions. Essentially, he cuts it like he's not gonna beat around the bush, and it's like
nah.
Yeah, so it's like you could have prepared a better answer, or again, just I don't know, you could have prepared a better answer to deviate it,
Yeah, it's because now it seems like you're a sympathizer for somebody who advocates sexual abuse.
Yeah, and it's like you should have you didn't learn from when you did your Fast and Furious press conference and you almost fucked up the China bag. You gotta.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro. Come on now, bro. You've been wrestling for a while. You've been doing interviews for a while. And now you've been a movie star for a while. You got to do better, bro. You fucking up bags and you making yourself look bad.
Yeah. It's an ugly game out there, man. I don't like it. I think it's gross. But yeah, let's jump into this week. It's a loaded pod today, people. We got, like I said, the 3 shows. We got some chamber inputs and stuff like that as well. Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Last week we went over time a little bit. I won't say that won't be the case this time, but we'll try to rein it in if we can, if it's possible.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it short. But if not, just sit back and enjoy the ride that the Rock is taking your candy ass. That's what he said, isn't
it? All right, man. We got Raw. You want to lead it off, man?
Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah. So Raw starts off. The production is different. It's slowly still It's slowly changing. It looks good. Like the USA logo is in a different spot.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that. They also had the Netflix people there, so they was also kind of trying to show out, which is funny because it's like you have your new boo at the show while your old boo's there too.
Crazy. That's a wild flex, yo.
Hey man. Hey. Yeah, that is a wild flex. Yeah, so we start off straight to the action and we get easily a main event match anywhere on any show, but yeah, we get Cody versus Drew. High quality match, great opener. What do you think?
I'm just gonna get this off rip. It is my match of the week. Like that was it. This match was hard. It was a pay-per-view level match. They kicked off the show with it.
Yeah.
Right? Cody in here wrestling his ass off. Drew's in here wrestling his ass off. It's a great match. I was very entertained watching this match because at first I was like, oh, okay, here we go. They're gonna do the same old. But nah, man, this one felt like it had stakes to it. This one felt like it was like I said, pay-per-view. This was like this shit could have been on Elimination Chamber based off the way they were moving. Like it was a good match.
And they're definitely gonna face again at some point when either one of them are champions or both after this Mania. Who knows? But yeah, there was one spot in particular I wrote down. The super cutter that Cody did was dope.
That was the one off the top rope, right?
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, because he usually does that cutter on the middle rope, but he did it off the very top. It was like, oh yeah, them niggas was wrestling. Yeah. So then, great match. But Jimmy and Solo come out, costed Cody the match. Drew didn't seem upset about it, and he capitalized. 1, 2, 3 Claymore gets the win over Cody Rhodes. Cody's second loss since returning. I mean. Well, he lost to Brock, but I don't know if that was by pin. So second pin, I think, since returning to WWE, that's a good ass W for Drew. That makes Drew look strong as shit because the only other person to pin him was Roman Reigns. So
it's true. The funny thing about this match with the interference though is that Solo, we know it's you. You come on the black hood. You the only one built like that. We know it's you. Every time the bloodline interfere, they got somebody in a black jacket. We don't know who the fuck they is.
Yeah.
it's just also it's just funny to see, like, in the moment, it's like, oh, you see Jimmy and Jimmy over there being a menace, and then out of nowhere, Solo come with the thumb and he rips the hood off like it's some big ass reveal, and it's like, nigga, we knew it was you. You the only one ain't got no shoes on. We know it's you.
Right. and also, obviously, who else would be with Jimmy?
This that we know it's y'all. It would have been dope, however, if it was instead like, let's say it wasn't like Solo and it was like Roma who interfered. That'd have been kind of different. That'd have been cool. But he ain't doing that. We know it's you with the fucking thumb. That's you.
Yo,
also,
the part that gets me the most about that thing is that he takes off the hood like it's this crazy reveal.
That's what I'm saying. It's like we know, bro.
It makes it seem dramatic. It's like, yeah, bro. It's like, yeah, we knew.
And like, I get it, because you're supposed to like, who's this guy come out the crowd? But it's like, bro, it's bloodline. Jimmy's here.
Yeah, if we see Jimmy first, then we know who the fuck you are.
Right.
Unless you're Paul Heyman, or we finally get the other Fatus or some shit. It's more than likely Solo. After that, we get another Andrade promo.
Fire package. Pause. Crazy. Whoa. Fire video package. That shit was solid, yo.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It was fire.
It was. The only thing I didn't like about this, the video package, was that while he was speaking Spanish, like they threw up like the subtitles to let you know what he was saying, and I feel like without that, like, he was just speaking Spanish to you. Like, I thought that was dope. Like, I get it that the English audience is supposed to know what's going on, but sometimes you gotta be like, fuck them people and get this off without like letting the words fuck up the visual. That's my opinion. Like, I'm not saying that's the right way to do it, but that's how I would have did it.
I feel it, but it's the same thing that they're doing with Shinsuke. So I feel like I feel like they're just trying to keep the same energy.
Yeah. Yeah. The same. Yeah, we know y'all didn't understand shit, so here go these subtitles. Like,
and they even put it in a font. Let's go.
Right.
Reading it sexy. Like, I felt sexy reading it. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious. Yeah, but they've been smoking the Andrade like push, man. Like, I like it. I like where they're going. Hopefully they go in like the correct direction. I think I had made a comment about, I think it was for SmackDown. It might have been for Raw. I don't know. But like, I was like, man, like, LWO needs like a leader. Like, they don't have a leader. And that's probably why I don't feel like, I'm not saying this has to be Andrade, but like, somebody of that nature could boost y'all up a little bit, because I feel like when I watch LWO, especially without Ray, like, who's leading y'all through this fight? Who's y'all anchor in this?
No, I think the leader is supposed to be Ray, but without Ray, it doesn't, you don't really, it could be either Carlito or Zelina, but neither one of them give that energy, I guess. So
right.
I see what you're saying.
Like, somebody but Andrade could help that out a lot, but whatever they do with them, it's going to be great.
After that, Pat gets a Telecaster. I think that's what it's called, right? They give
play-by-plays.
Yeah, they give us some extra sports feel to it. He's sitting here circling Solo's thumb. Which is weird to say. I'm not going to pause it though. He's like, zoom in on like the part of the sternum or whatever that got hit. Yeah, it was a cool effect. I hope they keep that bit going.
It was funny. They like did like the whole zoom in on like Drew's eyes and circled around his eyes. Like, you know what he was looking at, but yeah, go ahead, get it off.
That was good shit. And then after that replay or whatever, we get a scene with Cody backstage, gasping for air, and then like Seth just slowly approaches him, wearing a polka dot shirt, by the way. Mm-hmm. Slowly approaches him and takes off his glasses and just stares like a
fatherly disappointment.
Yeah, it's like, I told you last week, bro. You need a plan, bro. You need an architect, bro.
Figure this shit out. I wrote a note and I was like, what do you think? Like, what's Seth's angle? Like, what does Seth get from helping Cody? Like, he says he wants to see the whole place, the whole thing burn down. But like, what is that? Seems too broad for like Seth. What's his play?
I mean, yeah, no, I feel it. I mean, I don't know. Fuck Roman. That's the play.
See,
play is fuck The Rock. Like
it's always been fuck Roman for Seth though. This ain't nothing. This ain't different.
Yeah, he's just sick of non-working niggas making decisions. You don't even work here like that.
Man,
I mean, there should be more to it, and I think they will make more to it. I mean, we'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this rumored tag team match happens, and maybe we'll get some more context to it.
Yeah, I got more notes about like the whole Seth thing and everything. It's just I'm very interested in seeing where this goes. Cause I don't have like a grasp on it, and I like the fact that I don't have like a grasp on it. So I'm just spawning different ideas like every fucking week. But yeah, disappointing father moment for Seth. Just shaking his head and just walks off.
Yeah, didn't say a word. Great character. Great.
I think the next one was that the women's battle royal?
Yes, it was. Awesome, but like hilariously started off as just supposed to be 4 women. Then they added Chelsea Green, and then you blinked, and now there was 30 of these motherfuckers. But I'm here for it because they yeah, let's showcase showcase all the women. Why not? It makes perfect sense. It gave someone something. It gave people things to do. I'm here for it. I just thought it was funny because it literally was like 4, and the next minute, like 2 hours later, it's like, oh yeah, Chelsea's Green added to it, and then the next fucking
everybody was there.
Yeah, the next screen is you just see a fucking Rumble list of people. I was like, all right, okay. But we get a special return, and I'm gonna quote David. Show me that back. Gotta love that back.
That back. Gotta love.
Big back activity. Raquel comes back, and you know what she's gonna do. She's gonna flex that back. We love our Latin MAGA queen.
Oh fuck.
Big back activity. Hashtag it.
The thing was that like I didn't see a lot of like maybe I wasn't paying attention to a lot of Raquel. Not intentionally or nothing like that. I wasn't like I don't have anything against anybody. But I just didn't like I saw that she had, spots or moments with like I think like early in the year, there's like Bianca tag matches and stuff like that. But I was like, I didn't really know what her moves were, what her gameplay was, until I watched Chamber, and I was like, yo, Raquel is solid. Very solid.
Yeah,
I was more in tune with Raquel and like her social media and like she was going through things with like her skin and everything like that. So I've been very aware of that aspect of it and why she wasn't like wrestling. But woman strong, real strong.
Yeah, no, she's a powerhouse. And yeah, during the Chamber, they show you more powerhouse. And yeah, just shout out to her for coming back. And then spoiler, like when we talk about the Chamber, it looked like she was starting to flare up again on her face. And then yeah, so shout out to her again for even going through the match, through with the match.
Yeah, that's not easy, man. Not easy when especially when we got cameras and spotlights and everything. Especially when you want to like you still want to be utilized on TV and have these moments. That shows you love the game, and I respect anybody who loves the game. You really need to go through whatever to like make sure the product is great, and that's an automatic W for me.
Facts.
As far as like the battle royal, there was a couple spots in here that like I did like. Well, one, there was during the entrance, Nat comes out and she's giving her glasses to like the fans, and like the little boy she gave it to was just not enthused.
No,
he was having the worst time of his life receiving them glasses, and the camera catches that, but he could have been mad about something else, or he could have just been like tired or whatever. But the boy was not having it. That moment where like Brett's giving his glasses and like everybody flips the fuck out. Yeah. I was expecting that. Nah, he looked at them glasses like, take me home, bro. Get me out of
here. Yeah, I remember that part. Man, that's like I feel like at this point, I feel like it might be a bit because I feel like that's the 5th time that's happened to Natty, and it's like she ain't that bored or annoyed. Like she ain't that bad for
not at all
to no sell getting free glasses. Like,
crazy.
Like even though they probably from Amazon, they're probably not that expensive. it don't matter. Like, you still getting free glasses on television. It's on camera.
This is the reason why I don't got kids right now, because like I pay money for you. You better smile, boy. You know who that is? That's Natty. Nah, her. You better smile and take them glasses.
Exactly.
You know, your parent like whispering in your ear in the store. You better not touch shit. You better take them glasses. Say thank you.
Yeah. Tell Mickey Mouse you love him. But yeah, I guess I did drop a spoiler. But yeah, wait, did you have any more spots
for the match? There was a Chelsea Green spot. There was a Candice sold the hell out of this Chelsea Green spot, and I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, and then Chelsea disappeared, and like my wife and DT, they were like, "Where'd she go? Like, what's going on?" I'm like, "Just let it play out." Like, it's like, "Oh, was she really eliminated?" They thought it was a botch or something. But
it's like, watch, just hold on, wait. Yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah, it's wrestling. But yeah, she did the sneaky heel shit, and she went to sleep for a while. Everyone thought she was eliminated. Raquel wins.
Then like out of that group,
I think.
Out of that group, Raquel definitely was the one that was primed to win.
Yeah, no, it was. I feel like that was the whole point.
That was it was like there was a showcase, like, oh, she's back, she's strong, she's gonna make her way into the chamber, and I thought it was a great selection. Like when I originally seen it, I was like, interesting. After watching Chamber, definitely deserved the spot for sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so after that, Jay cuts a promo. I don't have any real notes on it.
I don't.
I just said it was nice. Then we get a backstage moment with or backstage like interview, split screen interview with Rhea and Nia. Both those promos were good.
I saw that. Yep.
Yeah, those were solid. The Truth Line.
Truth Line. The Dateline segment with my boy R-Truth. I love it.
This is what Genuine must have felt like when he wrote Pony. Whatever the fuck that meant.
Bro, what? It's special. Like the first time John put on some jean shorts. Like, how do you come up with this shit, bro? Like, the dude he's just a genius. It was also the fact this man was wearing a poncho. For some reason, the poncho had me busting out laughing, bro.
Yeah, because it was not raining, and
man, just the ability to completely keep like inventing yourself every week, man. Shout out Truth, man.
Yeah, shout out the Truth. Okay, so in between the next promo, we get some integration. We see some integration with the TKO stuff because Chandler can't remember his last name. UFC guy though, he calls out Conor McGregor. I don't have much to say about this besides the fact it's wild to give a UFC guy a live mic. I think that was nuts. That was a wild decision.
That was a crazy decision, bro.
I'm glad it panned out though. They didn't have to bleep nothing. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, yeah, it was cool.
I'm a hater. I don't like it. I'm gonna be a hater, bro. I don't like it. It's just because like, and it's not even the merger for like UFC and WWE. That's whatever. It's just the freedom that they gave this dude. Like it wasn't like typically it's like a wave to the camera. You point like that. They gave this man a mic off rip and said, "Get your shit off." And that man took off his shirt and fucking Pat's like, he took his shirt off. He took his shirt, like trying to get the camera to pan over. It's like, bro, I'm trying to watch Raw right now. If I want to watch UFC, I'll watch UFC. That's kind of how I feel about it. Is that if I want that product, I'll go to that product. And I think a lot of WWE fans were kind of like that anyways. That if they wanted to watch UFC, they would just watch UFC.
And UFC fans are like that too. But I feel like they're slowly going to, like, they merge for a reason. So they're going to plant some seeds. Like, hypothetically, let's say Brock wasn't in trouble off of allegations. I mean, I'm sure, for example, like, anytime Rey Mysterio is at a UFC show, they always put the camera on him. It doesn't mean much, but, they put the camera on him. And then like doing that, you can get moments like when Logan was boxing and then he was like, I'm going after the US title, and he said that after his match. I don't know,
I guess I see what you mean.
It just puts eyes on the product and shit, Yeah.
But it's also like for some reason I just don't feel like it always translates well with WWE. So like prime example is like when Brock did get the squash on like Kofi. It was a whole Cain Velasquez like moment where like we're waiting for like that to happen. They did like the Tyson Fury spot. Like,
yeah,
there's just
I don't
certain
like
things that like it just doesn't really like it didn't do anything to elevate the product like at all, in my opinion.
No, and I don't like either of those matches, but it's just I don't know. I mean, even before our time, they've always had like integration with like boxers and stuff. Like Muhammad Ali's about to be in the next game.
Yeah, and and those things were like those didn't feel like it was like a spot to like grab, like you're just trying to grab attention. They didn't feel like it was attention hungry. Like Mike Tyson and DX, like that was great. I have nothing against that because it didn't. Mike Tyson didn't come over here trying to be boxer Mike Tyson. He wanted to be a part of DX Mike Tyson. He didn't use that to kind of like elevate his platform because you already knew who the fuck Mike Tyson was.
Shit, you better.
Yeah, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't work all the time. Like when Floyd did this thing with Big Show, it's like I get it.
I wasn't watching at the time, but it looked a little cringe.
It's all right. It doesn't work out all the time. But yeah, man. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if I want to see more of it, but it's probably going to happen, and that's okay. I'll just get over it.
You just gotta execute it well. We'll see. We'll see. We get an Ivar Chad Gable promo, which sets up for their match later.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any particular notes. So then after that, we get Awesome Truth and DIY versus Judgment Day in an 8-man tag.
We are. Yeah. This was a good match, yo. Like one of my notes was like Truth was working his ass off this match. Like there was a lot of Truth spots where he's moving, yo.
Yeah, my MVP was Ciampa. I literally wrote this nigga's going nuts. When I think it was a hot tag moment, but like he was killing it. I mean, yeah, everybody was working. Like I like everybody for the most part, except for Mick Bobblehead. But yeah, no, and it was really well paced. It was really a solid 8-man. Like it was super good. It was super good.
And things with most 8-mans, they feel like sloppy or rushed, or you don't really get like equal opportunity moments to like see everybody. But I feel like this one was perfect. Like it was a good one.
Yeah, and then I also
need to start looking at who produces these matches. Like that's kind of what I really need to like dig my fingers into and see who's orchestrating this shit, because some of these matches the past couple weeks have been really good.
Dare I say all the tag matches, because on SmackDown anyway. Yeah. I also wrote that Truth was killing it, and he ends up taking the pin. Judgment Day wins. Solid ass match though. Fucking great television. Actually, I was required to say this halfway through the show. DT said, and I quote, "Raw is cooking. They haven't missed yet." So there we go. I got it off. All right. So there. Sammy knows. What did I say? Damn. Okay. Read my own handwriting. Oh, Sammy knows there's a path, and he's. I will be champion. Really sad and sympathetic.
Yeah, I would expect a Sammy character change coming soon. I said it last week. Like something's gonna happen, and if we can get like aggression, Sammy might make a difference. We'll see. But all the championship belts are kind of like spoken for and occupied right now. So this is definitely like a post Mania kind of like resolution.
Yeah, I mean there's still time for him to get added to a particular match. That I think, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, you're gonna turn that into a triple threat.
I'm just saying there's time if they wanted to. There's time to
hypothetically. It's gonna be Drew, Seth, and Sammy.
I would not be mad at it. And I'm not the first to speculate the possibility, so I don't want to take credit for that. But I'm just saying. There's something that's in the tea leaves now. Whether it's legible writing or not, that's up to y'all.
I'm for it. I like it. Let's ask somebody. Let's ask some shit. Let's throw out like a one last chance, or maybe like an opportunity to get inside the Mania match, and you got to beat Drew. Let's say he beats Drew, and then that gets him into Mania. Like that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, and you can have Seth lose the belt without getting pinned.
Him being pinned.
Yeah, if they want to keep him strong.
You think Seth's losing? Is that that's where your head's going?
Knowing that, okay, because Drew already lost fucking twice.
Mm-hmm.
So to have a 3-peat, I mean, shit, he had a 3-peat with both Finn and Shinsuke, but honestly, I'm going to say no, but I also wouldn't be surprised. I think he retains. As of right now, I think he retains, and then Damien cashes in the next day or Monday.
Would you have you? Oh fuck! I forgot he has Money in the Bank. Shit, that's tough.
Because of a Drew attack or something. As of right now, that's how I think it's going to happen.
Do we see Priest as world champion? Like, what does a Priest reign look like? Like,
I mean, usually Money in the Bank reigns aren't that long. I mean, Io is one of the exceptions, and Carmella is an exception. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You gotta see.
I mean, like it.
They trusted him with with Bad Buddy on a main event in Puerto Rico. Like they which is why they eventually let him get this case. They do have faith in him. I think the reason it's taken them so long is because certain storylines that's been going on. Like they got Punk back and all this other stuff. Rock showed up. But yeah, no, I think they still trust him. That's why I think he's going to be successful. Now, how long the run is, I mean, we'll see. If I had to guess, I'd say through like 3 months. But Triple H also likes long title runs. Like the only belt to ever change hands is the U.S. and the women's tag since Triple H has been in the reins. So.
And I guess from like the business standpoint, it makes more sense that like, to get more eyes on your product, you want to have a consistent champion. You want to have somebody who has a belt from somebody who came in January to somebody who comes in October. You want to have like consistency. But just the wrestling fan in me is like, bro, like let's pop this off. Let's like, let's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for some people, yeah, sure, but not everyone needs a belt for 6 to 12 months.
I'm okay with like the situations where it's like, oh, Seth beats Drew for the title, and then 2 months later at SummerSlam or some shit, Drew gets it back from Seth. I'm okay with titles like dropping and swapping like that. I'm fine with it until it gets out of hand, of course. But like, just for the purpose of it, like excitement and moments, like let's see what happens here.
Yeah,
like
I think there's a balance between playing hot potato and then just having, 1,000-day reigns and shit. There's a balance is all. So after that, all the qualifying women for the chamber come out and they all spit some promos. Tiffany is like, speaking of trusting people and whatnot, like she's only been wrestling for I think 3 years. And she's 24.
Highly impressive.
And then fast forward to what she does at the chamber, like they trust her, like, and she has a rocket on her, and she's playing her role because she's easy to hate. And I mean, I don't like, based off her character, it's like, man, I fucking irritate the shit out of me. Yeah, she's amazing. She's doing good. I like it.
Yeah, Tiffany is doing really good work. I was going back just kind of like looking at the matches that she's had like in the past, and like I think for a good part of like 2023, like Becky was doing a lot of house shows with Tiffany, so like just getting her ready and whatnot. And you can clearly see like she's taking like those sessions like like personally and becoming better and better. Like she's good. Like I like the image. I like her gear is dope. Her gear gives me like old like 90s-esque like feeling. I think she has like the stars on the boots and everything. Like it's very like 90s feeling to me. She's hella athletic. Like the fucking moonsaults are crazy. There was the chamber spots where she was doing like the cartwheels into like the backflips or whatever, and it's like that shit's not easy to do. I was also thinking about just women wrestlers who are high flyers, and I don't think there's a lot of them. I think you have Kyrie with the elbow drop.
Io's probably the biggest.
Io's, but like there's not that many of them who be fucking flipping and shit. So like it's a lane that's carved out that you can definitely fit into. Like yeah, I have high hopes, and I hope she does well. She just needs more experience, like just more time in matches, and building your popularity with other fans.
Yeah, I feel it absolutely. Yeah, so during the promo, Nia Jax comes out and squashes all of them, just making her look strong as hell. Love it, absolutely love it. Nia's been fire since she got back.
She has,
and it puts doubt in the chamber winners, because they got to know, like, or they know it's like, man, this is what I'm up against possibly after chamber if Nia beats Rhea. So it puts the fear of God in them a little bit.
Nah, she came out and wreaked havoc. Everybody got touched.
Yep. Got a Gunther promo. You remember anything about it? I mean,
nah, I didn't leave any notes about the Gunther promo.
Yeah, it was fire though. And then a Shinsuke promo talking his shit. I noticed just looking at my notes from like just the last couple weeks, I've noticed like, yeah, they're balancing like matches, promos. Like it's like you get a match, 2 promos, a match, a promo. Yeah, it's like for every match you get like 2 promos now or something like that. It's kind of there's starting to be a little rhythm to
it. There is, but for me, I can tell like, and they pay more attention to, of course, the in-ring promos. Like the in-ring promos, I'm definitely checking out. The video package promos, as far as like backstage, like, oh, how do you feel about this? Usually are the ones that leads into like matches that night.
Yeah.
So I just wait until like see what the match is. I typically don't pay a lot of attention to those, and I probably should, but just from a perspective of me just watching, like I know that okay, if they're talking about Gunther and his promo right now, it's typically leading up to the match if it's inside the like the arena or venue.
Well, no wonder you like AEW so much. You don't care about the beginning of the promo. The promo is supposed to get you hyped for the fight.
Just fight.
Yeah, but
I don't care about
you got to hear the
talking.
words. It's like
Nah.
It's like I'm gonna beat your ass in 5 minutes, and then you see the ass whooping in 5 minutes.
I can beat your ass right now. Like we ain't got to talk about it.
All right, I feel it. So after that, we get a banger.
Is this Gable Ivar?
Yeah, Gable Ivar starts off fire, just straight action. Ivar, who we know is just a pure athlete with a crazy vert, and a ladies' man, just a straight premier athlete. No copy infringe on what's his name, Tony Nese. I apologize, Tony Abs. But yeah, man, just a fire ass match. What'd you think about it, bro?
Got my notes. Was great match, very cool bumps. There was a German suplex spot that was fucking nuts that I love.
Man,
I have in my notes that like Ivar is an amazing talent, and I wonder what like a gimmick tune-up would be. Like, don't change the gimmick, but just tune it up. Like, what is that? Can we make them darker and more vicious? Like, what does like that look like? Like the Viking Raiders, I guess they are already like vicious, but I need to see like Mad Ivar, like heel Ivar. What does that look like? And are we getting that already? Is this the extent of heel Ivar?
I wouldn't say it's the extent. Like, there's always room to grow, but currently, yeah, this is heel Ivar. I mean, I don't know. He got to get rid of that barefoot lady. Man, I was gonna say something rude. But I mean, I think, yeah, I feel like we talked about. I feel like I said this last week, but I mean, again, like as far as trusting people, like usually like tag teams that break or not break up or like one's injured, usually the person just sits in the back. Like they're letting Ivar get a lot of single matches, and he does good every single week. Yeah, like he's bound for a single title at some point.
I think I'm tired of seeing him in the realm of the tag team beefs. I want to see him wrestle somebody outside of that pocket. So like, what is like, the LAs and shit like that? Like, how does that work? Like, what does that look like if he gets more outside of wrestling like Kof and Woods and alpha team and stuff like that. Like, what does it look like if he wrestles other like mid carders? What does Ivar versus the Miz look like? Like, what is? I need to see something different to make sure that I'm not tripping. Because right now, who he's working with is definitely working, and I think he deserves to be pushed into like a different light. But that can also change if you put him against somebody and it's like, yo, this does not work out. But I think currently he has the talent to get outside that box.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, he does. I mean, he did fight the Miz because the Miz beat him to fight Gunther, and he fought Bronson. But I see what you mean. There could be some more other single competitors in the mid card he could fight. I want to see him versus Gunther. I mean, personally. So yeah, no, meat, just big meaty men bumping it, all day, slapping it. I want, just. And
Yeah.
meat was gonna be slapped, especially in a Gunther match. Bro, he
Yeah.
we'll talk about it in like 3 minutes, but he damn
Yeah.
near took the tattoos off of Jay's chest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. I definitely seen that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's a Drew promo, New Day talking some good shit. They was being real edgy with it. Well, not edgy.
Street fight, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get a street fight next week. But yeah, let's get to the main event. Main event, Jay versus Gunther. At this point, I had to get ready for bed and shit. I don't have too many notes. I watched the match. It was a great match. It was brutal. Tell me what you think about it, because I know. Yeah,
once again, I don't have like a lot of spots in this match. I watched the match, but it wasn't nothing that like excited me like crazy. There was nothing like, oh my god, this is the dopest. No, it was just a typical like Gunther, Jay match. I will say I was more enticed with like the finish of a match, like Jimmy. Yes. Like Jimmy coming out and sabotaging him from winning was great, because I don't think I've ever seen somebody take the ring bell and clang the ring bell multiple times. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? You pan over, it's just Jimmy over there fucking banging the bell. And I'm like, oh, he's a menace. Like, this dude he don't care about nothing. Like, he slides in to do like the interference and whatnot. And as like, Gunther gets the win, he's still in there fucking Jay up. And he says some shit like
multiple super kicks, splashes.
Yeah. He was like, you thought you was gonna win one without me? Like, that is the most hater shit ever. But I love it. Yeah. Because you're not about to win without me. You're not about to get no singles run without me. Like, who you think you is? We did this shit together, my boy. What you talking about? Yeah, bro, you don't get no title shots and win.
There's a whole US that he could go after. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm always gonna be the big brother." He came out like
what?
He came out like 5 minutes before him. Like, but no, yeah, some real hater shit. Even though I feel like Drew is in first place of hater of the year, Jimmy needs to be in the conversation as well. And yeah, this is like his third or fourth time, essentially, maybe fifth, essentially fucking Jay out of a singles title. Like, if you include like early like bloodline shit, like when Jay was fought Roman in the Hell in a Cell and stuff, like essentially both those losses were based off of Jay for some reason, like saving Jay or some shit. And then like and then there's a couple other times. So yeah, this is like the fifth time or so that Jimmy has cost Jay a title.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
And it sets up the Mania match. I feel like I said this was going to happen, so I'm gonna pat myself on the back like Ciampa. And then, I mean, I'm not doing it now, but I will do it. But you guys can't see it because this is an audio medium. But fire away to in Raw. Great shit.
Absolutely. Fire away to start and in Raw. Both of them had storyline implications that, like, you're paying attention to. I like that. Like, let me watch a show to where I can't miss the beginning and I definitely can't miss the end. That's how you capture me.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it didn't feel like, it felt like 3 hours because I knew I had to go to sleep, but it didn't feel like 3 hours in a sense where it felt like you had to slog through it. It was a really entertaining show. All the matches have been pretty good. All the promos have been pretty good. Like, the last couple weeks, there's been little to complain about. Like
right.
they've been very entertaining shows, for what it is.
All right. Now we get into Wednesday. We get into the Dynamite phase. Uh, I'm gonna come out already and say like this felt like a filler Dynamite. There were some good moments in it, but there was a lot more promos than AEW usually do, and we just talked about how like just fight. I don't want to hear all this talking and shit. Just fight. Show kicks off. Blackpool Combat Club versus FTR. Solid match. Love this match. There's a spot where Cesaro. Go ahead.
Was that this week? I thought it was just Moxley versus Dax. Or am I tripping?
That was last week.
Oh.
Yep, set up this week. This week was the BCC versus FTR.
Right, okay, because it ends in a timeout, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, my bad.
Oh my fucking God, I hated that. So there's a couple spots in this match. Cesaro has a reverse where he reverses like the double suplex, lifting both men with one arm. Like just incredible supernatural feats that like Cesaro is like one of one with, bro. You can't tell me this man's lifting both grown men with one arm each. Like it's just, of course there's like help and like they're selling it for him. I get that, people, but like it's still very impressive to like hold that. They end up doing a sharpshooter spot where I believe Cesaro has, is it Dax? No, it's Cash in like a leg lock, and then Dax has Mox in like a sharpshooter, and like they're looking at each other like, which one of y'all, who gonna tap up first, your boy or my boy? And they're going at each other, and it ends up like with them like, you know, slapping each other, which is typical AEW fashion. It's either a headbutt or a slap, and I'm also getting fed up with those spots, but we'll talk about that later.
It's a particular trend that's been going on in the indies.
Very much so. And I think it was also really too soon because we just saw the Gunther slap last week. So I was like, oh, okay, y'all doing y'all slap spots. Like, not saying that's what they think about, because they probably fucking don't. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But as a consumer, I just recognize...
Bro,
as a consumer,
back, you gonna have AEW heads on you, bro. They
which is crazy because I love AEW, but
they be slapping each other every week. Every week somebody's
getting slaps. Mox is bleeding again. Like, just we got to stop this. There's this certain thing. If you had a bingo card for AEW and you had a match like, oh, Mox is bleeding, check that off right there. You already know it's gonna fucking happen. Overall, like I said, dope match. It was a super competitive match. I was like, both teams look fucking amazing, and it ended in the draw. And I was so fucking mad. It ended in a draw because I was like, this match should have given them 5 more minutes, let them finish this. But I know what they did because they turned it into like Revolution. You'll get BCC versus FTR at Revolution, which I fucking hate because I was like, we were this close to like, you know, getting that match to be, you know, a solid 5-star match on TV, but we got to watch the pay-per-view for them to like finish it. Overall, as a wrestling fan, love it. Execution wise, wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I feel that because it doesn't make any sense. Like, because at some point, Excalibur, like the sound thing is like 2 minutes left or some shit, and then Excalibur like, or I think it was I don't know who it was. It was like, I don't think they heard that, and it's like, why the fuck not? And then also, like, what? And it's like you guys are doing submissions in the last like 2 minutes of the match. If you don't like, why the fuck are both teams doing submissions? Use your finisher and try to get the. It didn't seem like either team really wanted the win. They could have just played it out a little better. And also, third gripe is that they just had a timeout like 2 weeks ago, early February. It's the same month. February is the shortest motherfucking month of the year, and you did another one like already.
Yep.
It just doesn't...
they timeouts or their draws is similar to like the DQ finishes in like the E. I hate those shits too.
Or ring countouts and and everyone hated it, which is why it's like I feel like we got to keep the same energy. I mean, granted, it's not like AEW does it every week, but the fact that they did it twice in a month, like 2 weeks apart, essentially is kind of like, come on, you guys. That's a little.
And like I said, I think I said in like a couple of earlier episodes that AEW knows how to do a good draw. Like I said, the Kenny Daniel one was a great fucking draw. Like, so I know I know what a good draw is versus like, you know, this one felt like it shouldn't have, the action felt like it shouldn't have ended in a draw. Like I didn't really see like it going that way, but I get it. You got to set up Revolution, throw that on the match card. It stacks the match card. I got you. From there we get Orange Cassidy versus Mike Bennett. I wrote on my notes. This felt like a filler match. No disrespect to anybody. But it just felt like that in the sense of like, you know, because I think the promo before was that Orange Cassidy had just got cleared. He's barely like cleared to wrestle and whatnot, and he's going out there like, you know, in full like like competitiveness against Mike Bennett.
Yeah,
I didn't like, especially when like how like they try to sell it like, oh, he shouldn't be out there. Then, you know, make him, you know, fall out a little bit, make him like stagger or limp or something to sell the illusion of like he's injured. However, still some dope spots in here. There was a Death Valley driver spot from Bennett outside the ring that was really dope. I also feel like because the angle right now is that all his friends are like hurt or they're not there right now, and I think that like there's going to be a Trent versus Orange storyline pretty soon, maybe after Revolution, maybe during Revolution. We'll see that Orange and Trent kind of like beef a little bit. Also, Orange gets saved by Jake Hager, which haven't seen Jake Hager in a minute, but I believe he was from the town or the city that they're in that day. I can't remember where the show was at, but Jake Hager comes back out. And it made me think that yes, while I do dislike Jake Hager in the purple hat, there was an era in time in WWE where like Jake Hager was or Jack Swagger in WWE was really dope to me. And I'm trying to figure out why it didn't work out. Like a lot of and that's what I didn't like. That's where he lost me, was the whole "you the people" thing killed me. Well, yeah, but like ECW like champ Jack Swagger, I was cool with.
Well, it's because he doesn't have any goddamn charisma, and he had the manager. He had that one dude who was in the wheelchair or whatever. It's like
with the stash, the Yosemite stash, bro.
Yeah, it's like, bro, yeah, because that's who he was rocking with when I got back in. I'm like, I liked the "we the people" part, like when he like personally, like. But then again, you know, that's the sheep in me. You know, I like yelling things. Give me something to yell. Give me a saying. Give me something cool. I mean, but yeah, and he has a. I don't want to say he has a good moveset, but he could have. I mean, he's a strong guy, you know. But yeah, no, bro, he has the charisma of a fucking paper bag.
The thing that killed me with the "we the people" is, if I'm not mistaken, Cesaro was a part of that.
I think they're in the same faction at some point. Yeah.
But the whole thing is, "we the people" is supposed to be American as fuck, and you get the dude you get that's not American to be in "we the people." It like contradicts the fuck out of everything. Like the dude is Swiss. It's like "we the people" and just fooling everybody.
I mean, you know,
could not.
I mean, it could be an American thing, which it technically was, but you know, you could switch it to, it's like "we the people," you know, the people versus the machine, the people versus the government. You know what I'm saying? Fucking hacktivists, bro. Beat for Vendetta. You know? It's us versus the man.
Oh fuck, that's funny. That's hilarious. We get a Ric Flair promo. And it's basically they're talking to Flair. Go ahead.
If you had the chance, would you eat woo wings?
I would not. I would not. That man, he opened up that box and that shit looked dry as hell on TV. And I was like, it looked dry from like the far distance too. It was like, yeah, bro, I'm not doing it. But yeah, Ric Flair is upset that he isn't more involved in Sting's retirement and said that he's going to explore options, and then goes and knocks on the door of the Young Bucks, and they let him in to discuss these options that Ric Flair is going to have for Sting. I like the fact that, like, you know, Sting's getting people that influence him inside like this storyline. I saw that earlier that he wanted to get Nash there, but Nash couldn't get the approval from WWE.
Right.
Which is business. I get that. But it's like for these once in a lifetime moments where it's like, these are your best friends. These are the people that you rock with like your entire career. It's like, of course you want to be there in the ring or in the arena for, you know, your best friend retiring.
Hey, yes, and to be fair, they didn't let Billy Gunn come over during the DX thing like a year or two ago.
Which was
On
ass
purpose.
because
Yeah.
like you know Billy's supposed to be there.
Yeah, both are ass. No pun on him.
Nah, yeah, for sure. For sure,
Yeah,
that's funny.
both things. Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
let these legends, like, you know, nobody's gonna jump ship. Nobody's, but I guess it's more so like the influence that people think about, like, oh, you saw Kevin Nash and Kevin Nash could be recruiting you over to the E. It's like, motherfucker, most of these people already know what the fucking other brand looks like. Everybody there's friends. They text and talk to each other all the fucking time. But I get it. From a business standpoint, we can't do that. That's like you working at Apple and DT working at Intel, and it's like, yeah, we friends, but he can't come over inside my office. We don't want them knowing what the hell's going on. Yeah, so I'm very interested to see what this options look like, or what these options look like for Ric Flair. We get a Daniel Garcia promo. He comes out to the ring. They set up Garcia versus Cage at Revolution. Christian lets out one of his father's, his dead father promos, which I never got. This is my first time seeing the dead father thing in person, and doesn't move me. But I get it. It's a pop for people.
It started off funny. I'm starting to get over it, but it is still kind of funny a little bit. Just like, yeah, well, you know, your dad's dead. I don't know.
That's so fucked up, bro.
I know. You know, I can see both sides, and he did do something unique. When he like said something about an address.
Yeah.
And then Sean Rossap or whatever, he looked up the address, and I guess it was the site of a funeral or a cemetery or something. So,
Which
you
is
know,
hella funny.
yeah, you know, they keep it. They trying to keep it fresh.
That's also kind of sick because somebody looked that shit up, like, where's his address at? And they found out it was a fucking like cemetery, and he was fucking, yeah. That's, I will give him that. You cooking with that, like, you cooking, like, that's fucking funny. That's almost like the Mike Jones when you give out his phone number. It was just like a hotline to, like, you know, text Mike Jones and shit like that. He did the whole the father's
Wait,
dead
who?
bit. Hoop Mike Jones 281-330. He did his dad lost his life to the bottle. He wants to help Daniel. He said he wants to help Daniel. He wants to be his father. And I'm like, now you want to be his dad? Like, and it makes sense because Nick Wayne had the shirt that says Christian is my dad.
Yeah,
And I'm like, this is his thing. Like, he's gonna make, making t-shirts because you're everybody's father. Like, it's crazy.
He's gonna start an orphanage, bro, a foster family.
The Christian Cage orphanage is nuts, and that's something they probably would do.
That's what I
like
would.
Hold on to that.
That's where I would go with it.
That's money.
You know,
Hold on to
fuck
that.
it. TM, trademark it.
That, like, the Christian Cage orphanage where that's funny. I can see that shit.
Me and my orphans are, my orphans do my bidding. Yeah, let's do it.
Tony, you listen. You already know what's happening. The Christian Cage orphanage, led by his oldest son, Brian Cage. Let's do. So he wants to be his father. He wants. Garcia says, "How about you come down to the ring and I'll put you right next to him," which is a bar. And I was like,
yeah,
that's solid. Leads into Killshot coming out. Killshot comes down. That's the enforcer. He's coming down to enforce everything. As he approaches the ring, Daddy Magic, that's his name, Daddy Magic, his kill switch with a chair, and they get in the ring, fend them off with the chairs. Overall, probably not the match I'm looking forward to the most in Revolution, but I have been fooled before. I watched pay-per-views before, and something that did not interest me was a fucking banger. I think Prime. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't like Matt Menard on my TV, my phone screen. I don't want him on television.
Who the fuck is you said Matt Menard?
Yeah, that's the dude who helped Garcia.
Oh, Magic. That's his name.
Yeah, or yeah, Daddy Magic, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Okay. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know. It says Matt Bernard online. I don't know.
That's funny.
Because I didn't take notes before it. I just watched it.
But like I said, like there's certain matches that in pay-per-views that I didn't like. I will come out and say the Mania match with is it Sheamus, Gunther, Drew on paper wasn't interested in. Watching it, one of the best fucking matches I've seen in Mania. Like that's just how it works for me.
Yeah. Oh, the meat slap that day. That shit was fire.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Just everybody's chest was red. You know what I'm saying?
The meat was beat that night. The meat was beat.
You ever have a red sternum? Come on now.
Fucking shit. Oh fuck. All right.
So we get a Tony Storm versus Sydney Winnell.
We do get that. Before that, quickly before we get to that, there was the Hangman RVD hook promo.
Oh yeah.
My notes is RVD looks young as hell. RVD says something funny like was Nana even there? I heard he has something for me. He has something I'm interested in. Because the running joke on Twitter is that RVD's there to smoke Nana's weed, and I think that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, let's get it. How else can you swerve when you drive?
Man. Then we got Tony Storm versus Sydney Swindle, which was a local talent from Oklahoma. Did you peep the match?
I mean, it was. Yeah, I peeped it. Storm pretty much dominates the hell out of her. Yeah.
There's nothing really to say much about that. I will say that I love the fact that when AEW does travel to shows, they'll use the local talent in the city, which is kind of cool. I know when they came out here to Portland a couple times, they used a couple people from the local indies over here. I think that's dope.
Like Jaden.
It was definitely a squash match because yep. She uses Deanna's finisher to end the match. I like that shit too. Like, I can do your move better than you. Like, that's kind of cool to me. That goes immediately into Peraza versus Madison Rain.
Yeah.
Now,
and I would like to say when they actually care about using the production, then it looks good because the shot with her with Deanna and Tony on the ramp and having it split screen. I mean, it's not the first time they exactly did it, but it just looked good, and it's just like if y'all put that effort at other people, we can be cooking like simultaneously. But amazing shot, like super fucking, I don't know, badass as hell. Super cool.
It was a dope shot because you're keeping everything in character. Like I appreciate that. Like I haven't seen that done before. Like that's really fucking cool. Yeah. Because it keeps how you want the audience to perceive one character versus the other. Like that's fucking dope to me. I don't think that works very well in a match. Like that'd be a little chaotic to split screen the match, but I do appreciate it in like the promos and stuff like that.
Yeah, with the that makes sense. Yeah, that's.
This is Peraza versus Madison Rain. There was I'm just gonna get straight to it. There's a crazy fucking botch in here. That was fucking insane.
Yeah, and I saw some people blaming Deanna for that, but I think that was Madison's mistake. I think she went too forward, but then again, it really doesn't matter whose fault it was per se. We just, hopefully she's okay, and it didn't look malicious. It didn't look on purpose, or anything.
Nah.
It was clearly an accident. Yeah.
So what I seen, because like you said, like I saw everybody like, oh, she's an unsafe worker. Why would you do this and yada yada? Because everybody sees the spot and whatnot, and they freak the fuck out. And rightfully so. It was a crazy fucking spot. But I rewatched it to like kind of see what the fuck happened wrong there, and I kind of think like the move Deanna was performing was supposed to put the opponent in like a face first position, kind of like a skull crushing finale.
It looked like a flatliner, like Bobby Lashley does it. A lot of people do like a flatliner type thing. It looked like she was trying to do like a flatliner, and I think Homegirl put her head down instead of like
she taking it on the chin and whatnot.
Oh, wait.
Look, man, I tried to roll past it. I tried to roll past it.
Forget I made noise. Pause.
Fuck. It looked like she tucked her chin down like she was gonna do like a Spanish fly. I was like, okay, well, if you were flipping, that would make sense. Yeah. But like, you were definitely supposed to just take that on the face. Here we go. Yeah. So I was watching out for what you had said last week to like, oh man, like, do they continue wrestling or do they quickly finish this? They quickly wrap it up. Like, she puts her in the ankle lock to finish the match, and she rolls out the ring. So this time they definitely like saw the bump, wrap this bitch up, and let's move the fuck on. Good. And I appreciate that too.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, it didn't seem like it was supposed to be a long match anyway, so I would assume the match was going to be over relatively soon, regardless. But yeah, no, it was good that they wrap this shit up, and get some ice.
She can't see right now. Shit is dazed. Tony rushes to attack Deanna, gets her in the ankle lock. The ref right there is arguing with Luther, which is her henchman, trying to get him to pull her off of Deanna. And I'm saying, like, why the fuck would he do that? If you don't call more refs out here so they can break it up, don't look at the henchman like, come in, stop your girl from putting her in the ankle lock. He like, no, this is what she's supposed to do.
Like, why would I stop?
No.
Like, what?
Like, like, I watched that shit and I was so fucking confused, bro. This is the shit that killed me, right? Because the AEW move of the night was the head spot. And I was like, y'all gotta be fucking shitting me. I'm watching the show, they're like, oh, AEW move of the night. It was blow right in the head. And I'm like, that's a little, maybe not, bro. Maybe we could have the ankle lock, we could have quickly segued from this.
Yeah, that's tasteless, but
It was a little wild to me. I thought that shit was kind of crazy. Next we get the Sting promo.
Amazing.
This is where like very good promo, man. Like Sting, man, like just all about his family, about him losing his dad, about Bucks doing something that nobody's ever done before, which is touch his family, like touch his kids and whatnot. Like it was a really dope fucking promo. He ends it with saying like everything he has left, he's gonna bring at Revolution. He claims that it's gonna be the fight of their life, and this is gonna be dope, man. I think I'm looking forward to seeing like what Sting has left in the tank, because if he's going out with a bang.
Stop throwing that nigga. I'm sorry. I'm rewatching I have the chamber in the background just for extra context, and Finn just Anyway, my bad.
Let's do it. We get a Wardlow promo. Wardlow's bigging himself up, saying that he's pinned and beat every champ that's that everybody loves. The shot at CM Punk, but there's also multiple shots. I don't like the internet when they do that, because they'd be like, look at the shot he shot at CM Punk. He shot shots at a lot of different people. But for context and the internet, they're gonna pull the one that has the most like fucking reaction to it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah, I mean the internet's gonna do that. Yeah, absolutely. But in my opinion, I wouldn't even brought up Punk. Like, why would you bring up someone who's fired from the company, who there's NDAs about all the other shit?
Cheap heat.
It's just you still I feel like he still could have got because it's not like the crowd was super oohing and ahhing. So at this point, it just felt like a waste. The internet reacted more than the crowd did. But
but that's what it is. You get eyes on it, which gets eyes on the product, because you want, that's what you want. You want somebody to see something and say something. It was whatever to me. I do think Wardlow is a great fucking talent. I've said it before. I don't think the Undisputed Kingdom is going to help him, too much in this, and I'm expecting the rivalry afterwards with MJF. Hopefully that happens. Also, I said a side note. Would love to see Keith Lee versus Wardlow. I want to see that.
I don't think he has the facilities for that big
man. What you mean?
Bro, Keith Lee, bro, he's not healthy, bro. That's why we still never got the swerve match. Like Keith Lee, that's why he's been in tag matches with Dustin Rhodes, and he can't go at the moment, and he needs to take care of himself.
That's fine. Somewhere down the line, I would love to see Keith Lee and Wardlow. Hopefully, Keith, you heal up, man. Come back when you 100%, 120%. But just know, I think that'd be kind of dope.
No, I mean, NXT Keith Lee versus current Wardlow would be fire. I don't know if his body will ever get back to that level, but hopefully.
You know what I thought like peak Keith Lee was the Brock spot in the Rumble. I thought like that moment in time, like that was the best version of like Keith Lee. Not necessarily for that, like, for Rumble in general, but just around that era, that year, that was a year Keith Lee should have been, somewhere on like the main roster. I think he was still like in NXT, or he was just coming up or something.
Yeah, no, he was still in NXT. I think that was right before he won the title, as double champ, I think.
Yeah. We get a Bang Bang Scissor Gang promo.
Yes, which I'm wearing that shirt. Audio medium. You guys can't fucking see it, but you should. Scissor me, daddy. Scissor me.
Because everybody loves the Acclaim. Billy says something like, maybe we get back together and do how we did in the old days, referring to like, his boys and then doing like a trios tag. Jay White gives off a little slight look like, I don't know what the fuck you trying to pull here. But it doesn't seem like they was winning shit when you was with them, but they winning shit with me. And therefore he interferes in like their trios match. It was going to be the Sons, but it's going to be Jay White, Billy, and I can't remember which gun. I want to say Colton. It might be Colton. Yeah. But he interferes with that, and they set up for a trios match on Collision. After that, we get the Callis family promo where they were supposed to bring back, Ospreay on the private. Tony's supposed to bring back Ospreay, but he says he's on his way to go get Ospreay in his private jet and whatnot. He ends up calling Sammy a cuck, or I haven't forgot about you, you little cuck, which is fucking crazy. And he refers to Hobbs as Meat Madness, which, look, man,
is he lying? You see all that beef?
We gotta cut this shit out. We gotta figure something out, bro. We can't keep living like this.
I'm gonna be me.
I'm gonna be me. It's fucking comedy. I love it. Fuck, that's funny. We get into like our main event. Like I said, this show didn't feel great to me, but the main event was really cool. Hook, Hangman, RVD versus Joe, Swerve, Cage. RV still looking great. RVD looks fucking amazing. Yeah. In my notes, I always say I'll pop for a Rolling Thunder. Like, Rolling Thunder is still one of my favorite moves, man. Like, just to see that happen. It's such a simple move. I just like seeing it. They took their turns with... Whoa, that sounds crazy. That was going to come off crazy. Fuck it. They took their turns with Hook. Everybody had him in a suplex or something. They took the smallest dude, and he was getting fucking slammed everywhere. Cage had a spot. Swerve had a fucking brain buster he did that was kind of clean. And it was more so the way he set up the brain buster to where it was like the crawl on the ground, roll into it, which I've never really seen before. Hangman had a great buckshot spot against Cage that was hella clean because Swerve ducks out the way. He flips over, gets Brian Cage. Super dope spots, like I said. There's a backbreaker spot Swerve does to Hangman. Joe's just Joe, and I will always love Joe. Joe has like some of the dopest like fucking power slams like I've ever seen. Like him and Randy, like when it comes to like them low swooping power slams, probably the best.
Definitely a fan.
Let's see what I got here.
Note that Hangman was, even though it looked like they're turning him heel, he was on the face side, and he was still working kind of heel too, but he was on the face team, which is a very interesting choice.
That is true. I did see that too. Like I was definitely like, okay, but how would you have set that up? Like, would you have thrown Swerve over there and Swerve teams up with RVD and Hook? But then Brian Cage works with like Mogul Affiliate, which is like Swerve's like team.
Well, then take Cage out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was fine the way it was. I just thought it was interesting.
It is very interesting. I did notice.
I think it's part of the story.
When I saw the match card, it didn't make probably. Yeah, you could be on.
I don't think it was a mistake. I think they was. Yeah, I don't know.
I think they planted seeds.
I just don't think they're ready to like turn Hangman heel immediately. It's going to be a slow burn, sort of like what they with Drew. Like his morals are going to slowly digress, and then we'll get the full
fair turn. Okay. There's a table spot. Swerve goes through the table from Hangman, which is table spots are great. Good energy, good fucking pops for the crowd. The funny part, I made a note that the table spot broke Taz's mic. And he sounded like he was in one of them fucking Modern Warfare 360 lobbies, and it was fucking. This shit was. He was like, oh, my, it was so like filtered out and like, damn, bro, they really fucked this shit up. He sounded terrible. Really dope. Match finish is Coquina clutch on RVD. I respect the fact that like Joe finishes the match. You got to make sure your champion comes out strong. Coquina clutch is also a dope fucking move. That should have been on the top. That not top 5, but it should have been an honorable mention. Choking somebody else.
Yeah, I love the cocaine clutch, bro. The first fire,
bro. From there, we're probably gonna stop real quick and do a little audio break, and then when we come back, we will do SmackDown and we'll talk about Elimination Chamber in Perth with the Pirates.
Boy.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Peace. And we're back, people. Shout out to the two, man. Yeah, we got some good shit coming.
It's a vibe.
I'm also gonna say like it's hard every week. Putting up a new one's very hard. Y'all might get doubles.
What? Wait, come on, boy. Hey, hold on. Clip all of that.
Wait. Let me put some context behind it. It is very hard to come up and make fresh beats every week. You have a creative mind going and working like a regular human, like everybody does. Just letting y'all know, y'all might get the same beat twice a week. I don't fucking know yet, but as of right now, we're good.
It's hard. You might even get these.
But
doubles.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
You might get these doubles.
I love it.
All right, so before we get into SmackDown, though, real quick, I gotta say, Tony, listen. We got a Malachi Black singles match happening on Collision.
Yes, that should have been on the fucking news, actually. I'm excited.
That man, we got a singles match with Brian Keith, still tipping Brian Keith. And I will be watching that because I need to see Malachi Black in singles. I've been asking for that. It's going to happen. It's finally fucking happening. But yes, SmackDown.
Actually,
go for
release
it.
the Black.
Release the
Black.
Black.
That's what you said. All right, so we start off with Liv versus Tiffy Time to start the show. It seemed like Bianca was going to be on commentary, but she just sat ringside, looking amazing. And I just wrote that Tiffy's getting better week after week. They clearly like her. They clearly trust her, which I said earlier. Liv. It's good to see Liv back. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a pretty good match. What did you think overall?
I liked everything about the match except for the finish. But there's only a slight note because I'm like, when somebody's like the heel or like they're cheating in a sense, or not cheating, but like they're supposed to be the bad guy. I was like, do we not like, pull on the rope to like secure wins anymore, or like put your feet on the ropes to like, cheat your way out the wins? Like, I would like to see that element of it back, to where like you're pinning somebody, you hold on to ropes, you steal a win, and you kind of like run off, like that kind of thing. I don't know if maybe I'm tripping, maybe it's happened recently, but I don't think I've seen it like in a while. I think I've seen more of like the ref catching it.
Yeah, the ref usually catches it now. Anytime that happens, I feel like.
But I think I would enjoy seeing it. Yeah. That could just be me.
Yeah, no. If I had to, if as far as the finish goes, it's just one of those wrestling tropes that that I'm gonna put on my list of kind of irritating tropes, where it's like, because Bianca's so Tiffany slaps the shit out of Bianca. It was absolutely hilarious. Which essentially caused Liv to lose, because then Bianca jumps on the ring and tries to like say stuff, and then that's when the ref looks away, and then typical heel way to win a match, gets a quick pin or whatever. And just like that's a trope that I know it's a thing. I just hate it, because as a babyface, you've been in this game for a while. If you distract the ref, something's gonna fucking happen that's probably not beneficial. Just wait, beat the nigga's ass later. Just wait. I don't know, but
not everybody got the Randy situational awareness. They only allow that freedom to certain individuals. But that's why I asked, like, do we not have like the hold the rope to make that moment a little bit more believable? Because it was just a regular roll up. Like, she pinned her clean off like just the roll up. And I was like, man, maybe like holding on to the ropes or something like that just enhances it a little bit more. But I'm no producer. I'm just a fan, man. I just watch the shit. So
yeah, no, it's easy heel way to win. Or even faces win with quick roll ups. But yeah, a quick schoolboy roll up. Yeah, it's it's hard to beat sometimes. Yeah, then we get a Drew promo, saying that he has to win the Chamber, and then he has to save WrestleMania, otherwise he's going to be as useless as Punk's return. Which is fire. just throwing more hatred.
It's crazy.
And then Bobby comes out and flexes on him real quick. And he's like, man, didn't I beat you at WrestleMania 37 to keep a title? Yeah, absolutely.
Move. That was solid.
Yeah,
I like
flex
it.
On him. I was like, bro, you doing all this hating, but again, like, yeah, I liked it. Then we get a bloodline segment. Roman asks who called the play. Jimmy throws Heyman completely under the bus. It's funny as shit.
That shit was funny. Paul did.
Yeah, Roman says it was my play.
I called the play.
Yeah.
And I ran it to perfection. I ran it right. I ran perfection. It's just the banter. I got on his neck a little bit for Rumble about his banter and him being funny, but I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna rein it back. That shit was funny last night.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was good. Then it sets up. Heyman tells Roman that Grayson Waller's here, which sets up for a segment later. Then we get Braun Breaker's debut. Let me turn my mic down real quick.
Wait, no, you missed one. You missed your favorite. You missed your shit, man. What happened to the Ashanti promo?
Oh, bro, I didn't even.
Cedric,
bro. Okay, I didn't even write this shit down. I was so upset when I saw that shit, bro. These niggas from all these hit row ass niggas, bro. All of them, and that includes Swerve because he was part of the group. They cannot dress. This nigga, Cedric came out in 4 outfits and he chose the worst one. He chose the one that looks like something like all the Tekken fucking screenshots that have been coming out the last 2 weeks.
Oh shit! Fuck, that's funny, bro. Yeah, he came out looking crazy.
Fucking crazy. Fucking absolute insane. And he was gassing it up. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's the fit, nigga." What?
That's the one.
What?
That man had the pleather on with the short vest.
They cannot dress, bro.
That's funny, bro. Had on the Bret Hart visors all glossed out in the silver with the dread ponytail. You didn't like that? You didn't
in like a fucked up tactical vest, bruh. Dog, I
looked like Blade. What you talking about?
It looked like the version of Blade on Tekken, the nigga Raven. It looked ridiculous.
Like Blade on Tubi? You don't want to see Blade
Hell
on Tubi?
Hell no.
fucking comedy, bro. I watched that shit and I was like, this is interesting. This is a very interesting segment to build a tag team. And I'm just gonna shut up and just watch it because maybe they got something bigger in store. But I was like, this is a very interesting promo, yo. Oh, it was funny, man. It was funny. Then I get on Twitter, I see you went fucking ballistic.
Because it's fucking ridiculous.
None of these niggas know how to dress.
You look fucking insane. Bro, like.
Oh, shit. Yeah, man.
Not even Travis Scott would wear that insane shit. And he showed up in a brown Batman suit, bro. Like.
And when he did. Like, fuck, I forgot about that.
That is some insane shit to wear.
You say he didn't know how to dress, and this is before I watched the show, so I just saw the tweet and I was like, damn, like that's like fuck, bro, it's Friday and Swerve ain't on Rampage. I was like, who the fuck is he talking about? And so I go and check it, and I see that like Ashanti's in like his silver jacket, and he got on like these like flamingo pink pants, and like I was like, oh, okay, here we go. And then I kept watching, and then saw Cedric come out in the pleather, and like he had on like his Friday night like date night outfits. He came out with some red overalls. I was like,
every outfit was better than the one that Ashanti chose.
That's funny. That's funny.
like,
oh fuck, man!
I can't. Yeah. Oh my goodness!
You knew it was bad when you didn't write it down. You didn't even write it down. I'm saying like he skipped over this. No, we're gonna bring this back up. We're gonna bring this up for show.
Yeah, bro, I did not write that. Yeah, I did not write it down. I completely just. I saw that shit and I went straight to Twitter.
Fuck, that's fucking... I saw the shit. I had to let people know right now. There goes your notes. Your notes on Twitter. Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, like you said, we're gonna get on the Braun Breaker debut versus Dante Chen. What you got?
Bark. Yeah,
Wolf
bark
dogs.
Noises. It was good. Dante, it was a competitive squash, which was cool. Like Dante Chen did get some shit off, but it was still a squash match. And the crowd started to bark a little bit. Yeah, no, Braun Breaker, also another freak athlete, fastest man on the roster. Yeah, just amazing. And best spear.
He got it. It's solid. And the thing with Braun that I like is that like once again him hitting the ropes is just crazy. He hits the ropes so fucking fast. But I was like, man, would it be cool to like see like his debut against somebody? Like, would you have preferred like he had got like for example, like the Cena treatment and like his debut was against Kurt Angle or some shit like that? Or like do you prefer your superstars who get called up to have squash matches against, other
a little mix of both. Like a good squash match is cool. And then next week maybe I'm trying to think who's on this roster that's not doing shit. I mean, honestly, Ashanti should get speared based off that segment alone.
Hey.
But for a Mania match, have him fight Omos. Shit. Fuck Omos doing. That'd be fire.
See, I had a theory for Omos though. Like I think I put this out like months back. I need to see Omos and Obafemi together. That's my tag team in NXT.
I mean, that'd be cool.
I want to see it. I want to see the Nigerians just run through fucking NXT.
Big black niggas. Yeah, I feel it.
It was a good match. Like I said, great guy, great performance. Looking forward to what he does on the main roster. My brother texted me on Friday, and he was at the show early this week. He was like, "Oh yeah, like they filmed Braun Breaker's debut," and I was like, "Why the fuck would they do that?" But then I remember that they go to Australia, so they pre-tape the matches and stuff like that. So he was out there in Salt Lake and got 2 shows. And I was like, "That's solid, yo. That's nice. A good night."
Hell yeah. We get a
next up. We get the LWO.
Yeah,
right?
There was a JD segment, but I don't remember what it was about.
I don't even.
I just wrote JD segment. We get Electra Lopez confronts LWO, saying that they missing out and they not loyal and shit, and then Legado attacks.
Yep, and this is what prompted my "Where's our leader?"
Yeah,
where's your leader at?
Yeah, because
right
Carlito and Zelina show up like way too late.
And they boys are getting fucked up over there. Like,
yeah, man.
I don't know. I just need something to like the beef is not the issue. Like I understand the rivalry between the two like groups. It just has to like there has to be another element to LWO for me to like really like lock in.
Well, I feel like they're not. So next week it's going to be Carlito versus Santo Escobar, and
Santos can work too.
Santos it's going to be a shit. Is that a street fight, or maybe it's just a normal match? Wait, because is there a street fight next week? Didn't we talk about it? There might be 2 street fights next week.
Yeah, there was a street fight with New Day.
Okay, yeah, that's Raw. I think Santos Escobar versus Carlito. I think that might be a street fight too, but I could be tripping. But they do
street fight just hardcore light. Remember hardcore matches? Like good hardcore matches.
Hardcore matches. I really do.
Yeah.
All that's gonna happen is get a couple.
The anytime anywhere element of hardcore matches was dope.
Yeah.
Like you get people getting pinned on stairs. Like you got people getting hit with chairs, getting pinned, to get back up and repin somebody. Like I like the element of hardcore matches.
I miss them. I just miss the violence of it. I mean, yeah, because nowadays, street fights, we'll probably get 1 chair and like 3 kendo sticks, and that'll be it.
But what, like, I don't know, like, why doesn't street fights give you the hardcore feeling? Is it the lack of like versatility in like the weapons and stuff like that, or is it just like the overall?
I think it's the lack of versatility of weapons and the lack of location. I mean, it's sure, it's not necessarily a false count anywhere, or is it? Can you pin anywhere in a street fight?
I thought that was the whole purpose of street fights. But if you have to pin somebody in the ring in a street fight, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, now I'm tripping. Shit, I don't know, and I refuse to Google this right now. But with a street fight, it's like you have, again, you'll have like maybe 1 table, some kendo sticks, and a chair, and like that's it. And then they usually just stay around the ring, and it's like I feel like, how can you call it a street fight? At least take that shit to the ramp, or in the crowd.
Yeah, they do. They do the crowd spots. It's not often. I think they did that with New Day.
Just not. It's not as often as it should. It's not as like as many street fights as there are. That doesn't happen as often. The ratio right. Isn't ratiating, which is not even real. What I just said.
But I understand what you mean. It's just like you're not like fully exploring the options of a street fight. Like, take somebody back here and like slam into like an ambulance door or something. Yeah. Like, let me just see something.
Don't give us a stipulation, and then like there's nothing. Like that was my problem with the tribal combat match with Jay and Roman, which I think is Roman's weakest defense in this 3-year reign. Personally, it's like it was a tribal combat, and I swear this is not meant to sound racial, but like, where was the palm trees? Where was anything that made it feel tribal? Like, these niggas barely use weapons. Hit a nigga with a pineapple. I don't do something like where was the tribal? Give me a.
I swear,
give me a pit of sand.
We're gonna be canceled before we start off. We're gonna be canceled before we even start. This motherfucker said hit him with a pineapple in tribal combat. You understand how fucking crazy that is? That's nuts.
I apologize for everything. All I'm saying is they didn't give us any aspect to tribalness. Like, you could have gave us some sand. you could have been a cinematic match. Fight on the beach.
Give us the black combat match. Hit that nigga with a strawberry Fanta. Like, what you mean, bro? You can't say shit like that.
I said it's not supposed to be racial, but I'm just sorry. I'm just saying it's a tribal combat match. There was nothing tribal. Like, put some plants out there. I don't know. They could have did anything. They could have did anything.
Because it's like, oh man, they put no effort. Here we go. When they did the Punjabi prison match and that shit was in bamboo cages and shit. Yeah, right. I see it. It was fucking hella racial, but I see it. You put elements into creating something unique for that experience. Like, tribal combat was just hardcore without the weapons.
It was essentially just like a no hold bar match, and there was barely any weapons. Yeah. And then it was because there was no DQ, like anything goes, which is why the interference was fine. Like, it was so right. Like, so therefore the stipulations aren't like you saying it's a tribal combat match is it doesn't mean anything. That's like when you go to a store and it's like, oh, it's 15% off, and you find out what the real price is, and it's like that's not really a fucking deal. Like you're just lying. You're making it seem like it's a deal, but it's not a deal. So it's like, yeah, they could at least, if like they could, like, since the stipulations itself wasn't anything to go home about, then you should at least gave the presentation to match the name. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's just something.
That's the most better way I can say it. Most PC way. So I apologize for hitting with the pineapple. I'm just saying, show me something tribal.
Yeah. First off, people, we all know these are all jokes. We don't feel like that, but yes, I do understand. Like, give us a production element to something like that. When you say something is something, give us the production to match that.
Spirit a nigga in a pit of sand would be fire.
That shit would have been hard. That shit would have been dope. Fuck. That's a good thought. I like that.
So yeah, we get a
so
New Catch Republic.
The LWO.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they get attacked, and then after that, New Catch Republic versus JD McDonough and Tom and Nick Mysterio.
Tom and Nick.
I did. They fixed this. Spoiler: they did fix this at Chamber, but I noted that like they didn't call them New Catch Republic on SmackDown, and they still came out to separate music. But during the Chamber, that changed, which is good. But I did note that because I thought that was weird at first, but they already course corrected it.
Yeah, I feel like you want to save it for Chamber, like the big match that you got, like your big title match. This is where you want to introduce like your tag team. We've been hearing it forever, but like it makes sense.
Well, they just came up with the name last week, and I thought they would say it. Like, I mean, the music part is that could wait. I mean, that could take time, but like they didn't even not Cole, but Graves and what's his name didn't even say New Catch. But then again, Bad News Bear. And then but they fixed that Chamber, so
my notes about this, I don't really have too much. There was a scaling Hurricanrana that Bates did that was really fucking dope. I think it was off like the turnbuckle, which is really fucking hard. I'm still a huge fan of like the combination of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates. Like I think that like I looked at it and I was like looking at Pete Dunne's matches. I actually did this for fucking Chamber, but like Pete Dunne prior to WWE was getting it in with everybody. Like he had wrestled him and Tyler Bates. They actually have a crazy history together where like they wrestle each other a lot, and they team up to each other a lot. Like
fire match, the inaugural UK championship was fire.
Like they have a history.
I wrote I just did NCR to keep it short, but their offense is dope, and we see that during the Chamber too. Like they have a really good ass offense. They're really cool. And I did write one note because there was one part they was working the shit out of Dom's knees. They was beating the hell out of his leg. It was fucking hilarious. It's like that shit is like someone did that shit to me. You have to see me in the parking lot. Like they was beating the hell out of me. But those boys were working, and eventually, NCR wins, but Finn and Damien attack them, but I think NCR gets the upper hand still, if I remember correctly.
Yes. And I think after that we get like see like Judgment Day like promo where they come out or something like that. Because in my notes I have like I don't like Finn's Judgment Day attire. Like his regular like gear like attire for like promos. I hate it. I hate the purple bandana like button ups. They drive me insane. It's on some fucking Grand Theft Auto San Andreas shit, and it drives me.
Ballers. What you mean, bro? What you mean?
He said ballers.
Hey, that's fucking crazy. I can't disagree with you more. I love Finn. I love it. I'm here for.
I love Finn. I hate
I'm here for the purple bandana. Gang shit, bro. Gang warfare, bro. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. That shit is here and this is why. This is why. Because they you got people out there who love watching Finn look like Prison Mike. You know what? It's all right though.
There's niggas that like BET. I can enjoy this Irish man wearing a purple bandana.
If you can like niggas in fake braids and Tyler Perry movies, you can like Finn and Jada. You can get over
Can
it.
I rake your leaves?
That's funny.
I'm here for it. We had a quick segment with that was absolutely hilarious, and I mean, yeah, it was Logan, Theory, and Waller talking in the background, admiring each other's looks, which was just funny. KO comes out, talks some shit for a little bit, and then like Paul Heyman comes out and says, "Yeah, Tribal Chief wants to see you."
Come talk to him. OG wants
to talk. Grayson hit him with that Drewski meme. Me? It's just funny. And after that, we get another backstage segment. Dakota seems like she got attacked. And then she says Damage Control did it. Bailey comes out. She feels guilty. And then I guess it sets up for him.
Still could be
I think it is. I was wondering, because so it seems like there was a report that's saying she's cleared because apparently there's going to be a tag match next week. But I think Dakota's still. I don't know. I think it's a work. I think it's gonna be one of those moments. Yeah, she tries to go for the tag, and ain't no tag.
Jump off the. Oh, that's the worst. When they go for the tag, and they jump off the apron. Oh, yeah, that's tragic. Like, they just look. Oh, it's tragic. Fuck flashbacks. I just had flashbacks of like Batista like turning on like Ray. But
we'll see. But I don't. Yeah, now like at first, like last week, I was like, man, I was like, damn, give Dakota a chance. But now I'm like, oh, hold on now. I don't know. This shit. It seems too fishy now. I'm not fucking with it. Bailey, you better. Bailey, please, girl, have a backup plan. Have another pipe in the stairs.
She getting jumped.
Yeah, she's probably
gonna get jumped. This leads into the Profits AOP match.
Profits get their music back, which was great. Another fire ass tag match. 5 episodes in, and please stop me if you heard me say this. Split up the fucking tag belts, please. Like this show alone, had two or three. Wait, huh? Yeah, two fire ass tag matches. There was 2 or 3 fire ass tag matches on Raw. Like the tag division is so good. We need people to do stuff. Fire match. Dawkins again beating the Marty Jannetty allegations. He will not get left behind. He was fucking. I think he was MVP of that match personally. Like he was fucking killing it.
Yep, that's in my notes. Dawkins was going fucking ape shit, yo.
Man.
The dive outside before the commercial break was fucking nice. I said that he looked like he cut a lot of weight and he like moves better. Like I don't want to say like, oh, with the weight he wasn't moving great, but I'm just saying like he looks way more comfortable like with where he's at right now, based on like the amount of like how in shape he's got.
He looks. He looks a little quicker. His moves look a little more explosive. He stays training in the dungeon with Natty and them, so. Yeah, like he's consistently working, and like you can tell because he's trying to beat the Tucker allegations, the Jannetty allegations. Because when they split, like, nah, you ain't gonna get me. I ain't gonna get released. I'm gonna be working.
Now let me go. I'm here.
Fuck, who wins that? AOP wins that, and they nerf Bobby. Because they injure his Karrion Kross injures his elbow.
Elbow with the chair
going into the chamber, which is that's the way you got to nerf Bobby for the match. So it's like, okay, he's weaker, it gives him an excuse to lose.
I like you called it a nerf. Like they got a nerf.
Yeah,
Bobby.
I mean, you can. I feel like the way that you can add wrestling into everyday life and other sports, you could add video games to it too. Like essentially, it was a nerf. They had to make him weaker so that it makes it seem reasonable that he loses in the chamber.
That's funny because it reminds me like playing like the games and like you'll be in like a pay-per-view like rivalry on like the PS2 or whatever, but like you get injured before the match, you come out one of your limbs is red and you still got to win the match. Like I like it because it makes sense. This is definitely like wrestling.
And finest. Like hypothetically, if he won, then that makes him look strong as shit because he won injured. Similar to like Cody beating Seth with the it happens. They do that all the time. Yeah, so sometimes it's a nerf. I mean, well, it's always a nerf, but sometimes either way, it's always a nerf and it's always part of stellar titling. It depends on how they go with it, though.
Yeah, it's true because the pec injury made fucking Cody a fucking monster, and then and just before we go to the next part of that, that's just fucking crazy, and he definitely shouldn't be wrestling on that. But it made for a great spot. Yeah. The bloody nose for Becky turned her into the man. Like that, elevated her man status so much more when she had her nose broken. Still a very infamous shot.
Cody, even though it was a work, but Cody fought Brock with the broken wrist or whatever it was. Made the story.
Yeah. Sometimes it works.
We already talked about Bailey checking in on Dakota. I guess it came here. Yeah. And we get the Roman talks to Grayson.
For your ears only.
Your ears only. Which I have a callback to that when we talk about the chamber. Then we get another backstage thing. Bobby's hurt, getting his arm taped up, and Drew's like, "I'll pray for you." Which is just great.
Yeah, that was great.
And then a main event, LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre.
Now, this one I took a few notes on. By the time I watched it, I was dead fucking tired. So I got a couple notes, but I wasn't too locked in.
Yeah, so real quick to begin, Logan Paul comes out in commentary. And then there's some match that goes on for a minute, and then eventually KO comes out on commentary.
Yeah, he came out the crowd, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he comes out the crowd, takes his own chair, sits down, and joins the announce table. Because Logan's there on the side, Logan's chatting up and whatnot, and I think what the spot was, LA throws or Drew throws LA into KO.
Someone gets two people get thrown into two other people. I don't remember the order. I didn't write the order down. I don't necessarily remember, but it does eventually. KO causes the DQ of the match due to being thrown into, or someone getting thrown into him. And then, which lead do you have any other notes? Because it leads into the end of the show, and the end of the show is just peak 2002 SmackDown, which I love, and we can talk about.
That is true. That was definitely a callback. But yeah, there was a dope suplex spot. I'm how they're bringing the superplex back. LA Knight had a good one off the rope against Drew, which I thought was kind of cool. But yeah, chaos ensues. We get a prime ruthless aggression finish right before a pay-per-view.
A brawl happens. Everyone spams a finisher. Everyone gets their shit off. Fucking love it.
Yeah, then you got the Viper just slithers in, full ring gear, pops off the RKO against Drew, and that preps up Elimination Chamber.
Man, good show. It came out today, the day of the recording, just to be a little transparent. And I did an all-nighter to watch this, and I do not necessarily regret it. My notes aren't the greatest, but I was as detailed as possible.
Yeah. I'm not waking up at 2 a.m. Nah, bro. I got up 7:30 this morning. I was like, let me just pop it on. I'll watch it right now. So my recaps are very fresh. It definitely happened this morning. But you're not getting me at 2 a.m. to watch wrestling. I love wrestling, but this better be the greatest fucking show of all time.
And
for me to get
not the greatest show of all time. I've seen some complaints saying it was a very predictable show. And I would argue that's not necessarily bad if everything in the show was good. If all the matches were good, all the spots and shit were good. Just because you had a feeling these people were going to win, that doesn't necessarily make the show a bad show. I think it was a very entertaining show.
That's interesting, because what I took from it was that yes, we knew who was going to come out on top in these matches. Even so much where I thought the men's one, I was leaning more Randy, but he was still in the final two, so it didn't really fucking matter. I thought all of the matches were great. All the matches were really good matches. From what I seen from the fans' perspective, people watching or people live there in Australia, they're it was just a long time between matches. So you had I think it was a 55-minute section from the end of the tag match to the men's like chamber match. Like it was like 55 minutes of like no wrestling, just promo. And I could see how being there live, that would be very fucking like irritating, especially in like 100-degree weather, and it was like all humidity and shit like that. But that's why I just watch at home.
Right. I mean, well, yeah, it's a chamber. They got to set up a chamber. It's 20 tons of steel and 80,000 miles of chains or some shit.
We'll get into that too. Cause I got a comment about like the chamber too that I saw that was kind of interesting. Yeah. Okay. Show kicks off. Women's chamber match.
Did you watch the pre-show match?
I did miss the Kabuki Warrior tag match. I did miss that.
I didn't have any. I don't have any like particular spots that like stood out that I can remember. I mean, even though, like I said, I have the chamber on right now. The men's is about to start. Randy just came out. But yeah, no, it was cool to see. You know, Indy got her spotlight. The crowd loved it. They were cheering the hell out of her. Kabuki Warriors retained clearly. But it was a cool match. And
that would explain.
I'm glad that they added something.
I saw a meme
too, because like they, even though like Elimination Chamber, just like Rumble, like those are long matches, but I don't know, they don't do pre-show matches as much anymore. I noticed like the last year or so, and I feel like they should do some pre-show matches.
No, you are right. You are right. The past two that I think I was watching, past three, like there was no pre-show like kickoff match or anything like that. You got to sit there for an hour and like listen to like Rosenberg and Booker T and then like get off shit. I find it funny because like I woke up this morning, I saw like Indy was like trending, and they had like Indy in Australia. The comparison was Indy in Australia was like Hulk Hogan because like she had the crowd like amped the fuck up. So that would make sense. Maybe I gotta go check that out.
It was a cool match. Probably like 5 minutes, maybe 10. It was cool. It was a solid match. But yeah, women's chamber. Love it.
Yeah, women's chamber was great. It kicks off with Naomi and who was
Bianca
it?
And
Becky?
Yeah, it was Becky and Naomi. Yeah, so Bianca came out first, got in the pod, then Raquel, then Tiff, then Liv, and then Becky and Naomi start. And then I have the order of who comes out, and I also have the order of who eliminates who. I try to be detailed as possible, but I don't. Yeah, there's certain spots I don't remember. Yeah. But I mean, let's just talk about it. Let's just figure it out.
Yeah. So like, there was a couple spots in here in the match. It wasn't a lot for the first, like the Naomi Becky spot or Becky matchup that I took no so. But I did like the leg drop split off the chamber was dope because she had pulled her in and like was slamming her head into like the elimination chamber or the chamber, and she does the split leg drop, which is really fucking dope. And then very much so, very fucking athletic. She did look strong. I like how they're continuing like to try to keep Naomi's like momentum. It is just a little difficult right now because all the storylines are already booked and planned out.
Yeah.
So we can't really fit you in anywhere just yet, but you are still going to remain, somebody we want to invest
you're still
into.
Being used. You just get a new song. Yeah, you're still. Yeah. So people need to come.
We just got to finish Mania. Let us finish Mania.
So people need to chill out because I've seen a bunch of complaints about it. It's like with that and Tiffy time and a couple other characters throughout the show. And I'm like, you guys, like some of these guys came. While there was already storylines in place, it's Mania season. Like things have already in place. Like unless some crazy injuries happen, like these stories are already
or like locked in.
People are gonna get their shit in once we, finish this shit out. Just chill.
Stratton comes out third. She's next to come out of the pod. Once again, super athletic. We talked about it earlier, like the cartwheel backflip spots into the corners was just fucking dope. It made me realize like it's just a lot of superstar talent in this chamber. Like there's a lot of really talented women that I hope all get their opportunity at some point in time. But like it was a great booking for this one.
Absolutely, it was a really good match. And then Liv comes out after. And then shit starts picking up, and
it gets hot.
Like Liv was beating the shit out of Tiffany when Liv came out, throwing her back and forth. Like she was like Tiffany took a lot of bumps. Tiffany had a lot of good they trust her. Like she has the rocket on her. She's the future. She's only 24. She's only been wrestling for 3 years. She's gonna be here for a while. and she is getting better by the show. And yeah, Liv beat the hell out of her though. That shit was hilarious.
What's funny about that is that like in both Chambers matches, there was definitely some initiation spots, and Tiffany gets them in the women's and Logan gets them in the men's. But there's definitely some moments where like, y'all, you the young buck, watch it. We about to put you through the fucking ringer, and she was definitely
you know, I can see that. Yeah, no, I feel you. I absolutely agree. Actually, I feel like there was a couple spots with both those people where it was like, oh no, yeah, you gonna feel this. Hey, you gonna feel this one.
Welcome to the club, welcome club, Rook. This is rookie initiation. There was a disarmor spot during like the cage. I think it was Becky against Liv, or was that Stratton?
It was
like
Stratton.
She put her arm through the. Yeah, damn, that's fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Like, there was just tough spots that were like, this is kind of dope. And we saw, Liv came out fourth. The disarmor through the chamber. Naomi gets the flip on Liv off the chamber, right?
Naomi jumps off the chamber. Yeah, she does like a backflip thing. I think that's what that spot was. And then also Tiffany has a senton spot or swanton.
Yeah, that's the senton. Yeah.
Let's see where I'm at. Right, but before Raquel enters, Tiffany. So yeah, Naomi does a spot where she jumps off, and I believe she power bombs Liv or something. So her back is hurt, and then somehow Tiffany gets the quick pin, and Tiffany eliminates Naomi. And then after that,
she's the first elim,
and then Raquel comes out. And it was like a quick, like, schoolboy type pin, so it doesn't necessarily make Naomi look weak. And again, like, storyline's already in place, but yeah, they didn't make her look weak. Although she was in the chamber the least amount of time, and the first elimination, she's still good. We're all good. Everyone chill out. But yeah, Raquel comes out, and powerhouse and just beat
everybody.
Beating the shit out of people.
Everybody
looking good.
That's my note for number 5 was Raquel came out and she was powerhousing everybody. There was a spot where I heard the crowd was like calling out bullshit, and it was like the stack up pin spot where like they all like jump on Raquel and try to pin her, and like the crowd was just going fucking ape shit, like, bullshit, we don't believe. It's like, bro, she has to be the strong person in here. Let her have the spot, bro. Yes, we know.
Yeah, she's the tank person. Like, I mean, make it back into video games. Like, yeah, she's the tank. She's the heavy. Like, so she's gonna get those spots. Like, if Nia was in the match, that would have been a Nia spot. If like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's the spot you're gonna get. And yeah, they were also chanting bullshit once Tiffany got eliminated. But I mean, the crowd was just hyped for her. I mean, shit, France was going up for Baron Corbin. Like, people out of the country, or just people in general, fans like who they like, but it ain't Tiffy's time just yet, y'all. So chill out. But yeah, the crowd was hot, and they was they was using their voice. That's for sure.
They definitely was. There was also like a dope like suplex reversals off the chamber. That was like a DDT spot that was fucking crazy. Like the women were I can't.
That was Bianca and Raquel. Raquel did the thing, like, because she did it to Tiffany earlier, and she tried to do it to Bianca, but Bianca, she had her in the suplex, and then Bianca like pushed off the cage, bounced off the rope, and then reversed it into a DDT.
Into the DDT, like that shit was fucking
good
clean,
ass
bro.
spot.
Yes, and it made me think. I was like, man, have I seen like Bianca and Raquel square off? And I think this is like their second time, like toe to toe, like 1-on-1. All the other times have been like them as like a team together or against each other. And I was like, I could see Bianca versus Raquel. Like, that'd be kind of cool too. Like that, we haven't seen that. Just throw your powerhouses against each other. It's okay. Every once in a while, I want to see like the big monster, quote unquote, strong superstars face each other. That's dope.
Meaty women bumping meat.
God damn it, meaty women bumping meat is
meat can
crazy.
Be genderless. I just want to see it be bumped.
Genderless meat.
As long as it's being bumped, it don't matter. Slap it. It need to be slapped and bumped.
Oh fuck, man, that's funny. I love it. Meat is genderless. Like, what's your pronouns? Meat,
baby.
That's funny. Yeah, I want to see like them square off a little bit. I thought that was dope. This is also where the Stratton Swanton came. because Raquel was in there because she was like they needed the two women in there to like support her for the flip. That leads into Stratton becoming the second elim. She gets eliminated by Liv, which is fucking solid. You know, you're the second one eliminated. You just got up on the roster. You still look very fucking strong. Like I said, Tiffany she's gonna get it. She's gonna get the fucking rocket. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull some like Money in the Bank women's shit and she gets it. She will be in the Money in the Bank match for women.
You know, she would be a good. I think she would be a good choice to win because usually like Rumble winners are for like mostly established stars for the most part that are already in storylines that have been going on for a while, and that's who they're going to push. I feel like Money in the Bank people are for people who aren't necessarily established already, and that's someone who they want to push, and they believe that they have the opportunity to be a star, and this is their chance to do it. Type of thing.
I do agree with that, but like they did pull some bullshit, and like Brock had won it. And it was like, why does Brock need Money in the Bank?
I mean, he also won Rumble. I mean, that, you know, hey, but you know, that's a Vince thing.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be interesting because when Money in the Bank does come around, it's like, you know, we have potential, like, you know, people coming back. You know, we still have, you know, Bliss and Mello who have their kids. We don't know if like they're gonna come back, what they look like. You know, still Charlotte's a fucking freaking nature. Like I think Money in the Bank's in July, so we'll see. We have a lot of dope women talent that like could be a part of that, but I definitely think Tiffany will. I know she will be a part of that.
I think she would, and I can easily see them having a pink briefcase. Like that sells money. Like that just sounds. I mean, a pink briefcase sounds fire.
So, that would be dope.
So we lived with Liv eliminated Tiff. There were some great power spots between Bianca and Raquel. A lot.
Let me get power bomb.
A lot of good action. A lot of reversals of the fucking the kiss of the KOD. But eventually, after. Fuck, I forgot what exactly happened, but eventually Bianca eliminated Raquel. I think she ate a code breaker or something. Eventually Bianca eliminated her.
And then like this is where I had like an issue with the match because like I didn't like the finish of the women's match. I love the women's match, but I didn't like the finish of it. And once again, the roll up is a part of it. That's why. But like to see like Bianca put Becky in the KOD. Becky reverses it, flips out.
Liv gets a quick roll up.
As Bianca's like, as Bianca's like stumbling, Liv gets a quick roll up. 1, 2, 3. Becky goes into the manhandle slam. Match is over. We didn't get our usual like, you know, toe-to-toe spot for the last two like, you know, challengers, and I get that. Not every match has to be like that, but I was like, we could have finished one a little bit better. And
I feel it. You could. I feel like you could argue that for storytelling wise, like, okay, these are all former champions. These are all vets. Yeah, like the EST, like she was paying attention to something else. She was stumbling. She got a quick roll up on her. Becky just capitalized and just did the finisher quickly on Liv because Liv just turned around and you get the quick win. And it's just, I feel like you could argue it's a veteran move. But yeah, no, they didn't get the 1v1 sort of to the same as what happens in the men's. But then also, it kind of makes both matches different so that they're not exactly the same because there is a part that's exactly the same between these matches that I have a gripe with, but we can talk about that when the whole.
I'm interested. I want to know what you when we get to. I'm very interested.
I'll wait to say it after we talk about the men's. But yeah, and that's the women's chamber, and the women's chamber was good, and that was Becky's first chamber. She started off as technically number 2, and yeah, she outlasted everyone, and fucking man, we get mommy versus the man, and that's a good ass WrestleMania match, and I'm here for it.
That's a perfect Mania match, yo. Like you can't write that any better. I did say this is my favorite Becky match. Most Becky matches I don't really like. I'm not saying it's against her or her performance, but like this is the one that I was really like in tune with, and like she was really like she was working, she was really going at it. But yeah, definitely good outcome from Becky. I love this match for
her. So after that, we get the men's tag, New Catch Republic versus Judgment Day. Before the match even starts,
a lot.
Dominic, excuse me, tries to announce Judgment Day, and the boos just rain down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would love to see someone.
There's a lot of heat for Dom. Still. There was a blackout too, if I'm not mistaken. There was a blackout.
There was a blackout, and it was because the first two rows were flipping him off, which is great. And that's just heat, and
that's great heat. You can't make that up, bro. There was chance during the match, bro. It was like Dom is a wanker. I was like, is they saying Dom is a wanker? Like that's crazy.
And I saw a clip from someone who was like at the show, and again, it's confirmed. Like, no, these boos are not piped in. This is like he gets these boos. I've seen these boos twice live in the last year or two or whatever the fuck. And like these boos are real, you guys. They're not piped in. Everyone hates this guy.
Dude is. He's the most hated superstar in the world right now for all promotions. Like I said, it's him and then Christian Cage. Like the dude is hated, bro. Like, and you gotta love that for him. Cause that means that no matter where you go, you're generating reaction. You want that reaction because once you don't get that reaction, then it's like, damn, what the fuck do I do now? Like, Dom is the hate is transcended everything. And the funny part is to think that the hate started because this man beat his dad. You don't understand how beloved Ray is that they are now strongly still booing Dom.
His dad deserved it. His dad is he's a deadbeat, man.
He's a deadbeat dad.
He bought him a BMW and it wasn't even an S series, bro. Can you?
Hey, you could really do the father's dead bit with Dom too if you wanted to.
He wasn't there for him. He was never there for him.
That's fucking crazy.
He chose Edge over him. Adam Copeland over your own son. You're a terrible father. Rey Mysterio, you're a terrible father.
That's funny. That's hilarious. Yeah. Match was dope though. I love this match. I thought for sure that I had a different person like winning the match for sure for this. I wanted the belts to split. But there was a very solid shot. Like it wasn't like a squash match. Like there was actual real opportunities during this match where it's like
it was working. I don't have like there was a lot of good spots. So I did not write any particular spot down. I did write that it started off fast. It was hard hitting. Overall, it was a fun ass match. It was a really good match. And there was one moment where I thought for sure New Catch was about to win for a hot second. Like my heart stopped for a second. There was one, they had a good false finish that was like super fucking.
Was it the one against Priest? I think there was a spot against Priest where
I don't
Priest. know, but there was definitely a moment in that match.
A moment in that match because both DT and I was like, oh shit, what? And I was like, okay, ooh,
yeah.
I was like, wow. Okay. And I mean, I technically wouldn't have been mad either way, but I didn't. I had JD winning the match, but I wouldn't have been mad. But no, like again, they just need to split these belts up because there's just way too much talent on this roster.
It was a better JD tag match too. This wasn't like a Raw one that we usually see. Like these dudes was. They looked
super in sync. They was beating the hell out of them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you showed me this on a weekly basis, it's different than what y'all keep giving me on like every fucking Monday. Like, they were in sync. Like, this was, y'all thought we not a tag team, and they was like that for sure. There was a cool spot where Bates and like the helicopter spin on Priest, like just strong as fuck,
dizzy as hell.
That it looked terrible. I would not like that. Dom does a save on Finn with his foot on the rope, which is
Dom
very smart at it. Dom's great. He's sitting there. He's like, I'm smarter than you. What you talking about?
Yeah, was that the first? Because doesn't he do 2 saves, which is what gets him ejected?
I can't remember the second one or the first one. I just know I saw this one. This is where he gets kicked out. Once he does Finn with the foot save, that's what kicks him out. Great. There's some good matches with Finn and Pete just 1-on-1, and it made me think about, damn, I would love to see Pete versus Finn 1-on-1. I looked that up, and they did that in NXT Vengeance, so like I can go watch that match and see them go 1-on-1. That's fucking cool. The finish is the Priest double choke slam.
Double choke slam into the coup de grace. Stomped his chest in, which I reacted to earlier in the show. It was great. I love it. That's why the coup de grace was one of my. That's what it was. That's why it was one of my moves in the list. They look strong as hell. Yeah, a double choke slam. It set up a perfect spot. Perfect spot.
It was because like as he's doing the double chokes and Finn gets the tag on his back, and as soon as he slams it, he immediately like sprints. He doesn't like do it at that turnbuckle. He goes to the other one, and I like little like details in that. Like it may not change a lot, but I like how like the orchestra of it was like, no, I'm gonna go to this one. This is gonna be the spot that you're looking for in front of the camera. Everybody's gonna see this one.
Well, yeah, because boom,
1, 2, 3.
Because that's where the legal man was closer to the spot, and he walked. Yeah,
like it was just
he
smart.
walked there with urgency. It wasn't like the staggered like, oh, I'm tired. It's like, nah, like I'm finishing this shit.
Let's finish this bitch up right now.
Over. It's over. I'm stomping his chest in right now with these custom Nikes.
Yeah,
in my purple bandana.
Air Force One. You've been stomped on the Air Force. Here we go, ballers. Yeah, promising talent from New Catch Republic. Yeah. I can't wait to see more of them. Once again, hopefully split these tag belts up, because to have like 2 tag teams on the pay-per-view would also be kind of dope to see. Shit, fuck, bro. When's the last time we seen 2 tag team titles defended on a pay-per-view?
Ooh, I mean, man, I'm not the fucking bro. Like that's. How dare you,
bro?
It's been
that's just crazy to think about. We ain't seen it.
It's been a very long time.
That's tragic. Yeah, split the belts up, man. It's tragic.
After that, we get the Grayson Waller segment, which Theory was there as well. And they host Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
All right. So before we get into this, I just want to say you got on fucking Cedric's Trusted Wardrobe. I'm just gonna let you know. Seth's jacket was crazy. That shit was
fire, bro.
That shit was not
dripping
hard.
Rollins. You talking about? I had the little things that came out. It looked like Bane, bro. Bro, we were not going to compare that to Ashanti the Adonis. We are not doing that.
Nah, Seth had 24 timing belts on his jacket. He looked like an alternator. That nigga, come on.
He was like a cyberpunk Bane with glorious glasses and just the physique of a.
He went inside the NXT closet and stole Velveteen's glasses.
Yeah.
He said, "Ain't nobody using these. I got these."
Yeah, I wasn't fucking with the TN glasses.
The TN glasses.
Things need to be rebranded. I mean,
shit, that's funny. It's all right. He's still visionary.
And
be that
guy. He didn't miss, bro. Come on. He did the Seth freaking Rollins thing, and like people were singing a song, and he did the thing where he's like, yeah, sounds like a big pop. Another shot at Roman for that shit that he said a couple weeks ago, disrespected Nathaniel Rollins. Anyway,
no pop.
That's good. Exactly what
little brother. Yeah,
nigga, please. 60,000 singing his song. I don't ever know.
Shit, I love it.
But yeah, okay. So, what did you think about this segment? Because I think this was a very odd segment, and it did not go the way I thought it was going to go based off of what happened on SmackDown. And
what do you mean as far as fucking Theory coming out quoting Rock and shit like that? Like this?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll do a quick breakdown, I guess. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Grayson. It seems like he's trying to put a wedge between Seth and Cody, but it barely works. Cody challenges The Rock to a 1v1. Seth stands up and he's like, hey man, if you do this, I got your back. They smile. Austin Theory starts breaking it up, and you notice that Grayson is passive in this, and he's chilling. And I don't know if it's because it was the shoey he did before the thing started, but it doesn't make any sense to me based off of SmackDown, because Roman and Heyman, they talked to him. They talked to Grayson. Theory had nothing to do with it because, like Roman said, it's for your ears only. So first of all, why is Theory even here? Besides to keep it a 2v2, there's no other reason why Theory should be here based off of what we saw on SmackDown. And then also, yeah, he's great. Waller's just super passive, and Yeah, Theory starts quoting The Rock and shit, and it sets up for Seth throwing him into a sign. We get a we call it what's Cody's Rhodes finisher again? A crossroads, and then a stomp. And Grayson does not help his friend at all, which I saw.
Nah, he let that man die. It was
which
crazy.
I saw some people theorize that maybe it's for a Theory babyface run. That's neither here nor there. It's just based off of this whole segment. It's confusing based off what happened. This whole segment's confusing based off of what happened on SmackDown. To me, it didn't make any sense.
I'm right there with you. And my chain of thought was that maybe like that segment is going to be saved for SmackDown. Maybe whatever he got on SmackDown, you'll save it for next week. But it also didn't make any sense because, like, you know, he's going to the pay-per-view today, or he was like, you're going to see him in your interview, so this is the best time to get out the message. But what if the message isn't like a talking message? What if it's an interference message? Like, what if it's like a match stipulation? I don't fucking know. But it was just a very odd segment.
It seemed like
Cody calling out The Rock was interesting. I'm cool. Yeah, Cody versus Rock would be fucking dope. I'm down with that too. But where does that happen? Is there a pay-per-view in March leading into Mania? Like, I don't think so.
Fastlane, but I doubt it. I doubt it.
Fastlane too.
I doubt it would be before Mania. It might be after. I don't know. This whole long game storytelling, we'll see. I'm just still befuddled by this whole segment.
When he said, I don't know if it was this promo or after, but he was like, Seth said something about cutting the head of the snake. Was that Monday or was that like 2 weeks ago?
It might have been both times.
I don't know.
I think he might have said it tonight too.
So I'm sitting here theorizing again, and this is my favorite part of watching these shits because I start going. But I'm like, what if Cody is is a snake? Cody did come in out of nowhere, jumped into the main title picture immediately. He got a match at Mania against Seth, you know, got pushed, had 3 matches with Brock, you know. Like, what if Cody is the snake that, you know, Seth is talking about? You got all these shots, all this, you know, all these chances to, you know, finish your story. Why? I'm the guy. I've been the guy. Prior to they create that title for Seth was the Cody. He was the one doing all the work day in, day out. Why do you get to skip the line? Why are you over me?
Skip the line. He won the Royal Rumble twice.
Cody, or like, I mean, just Cody, in general. I mean, before that. I mean,
he
like,
had to win the Rumble to fight Roman, and he won the Rumble again to fight Roman.
But I mean more so in the sense of, like, you know, why do you get more respect than Seth does when Seth was doing all the work before you even got here? Like I said, before we even had the World Heavyweight title, Seth was the one, you know, battling day in and day out, holding Raw down without a fucking title. You know how hard that shit is to do? Like, you holding down a fucking show with no fucking title for years at this point? Like,
yeah.
I'm just theorizing that, like, you know, maybe, you know, it's not all sweet over there.
I can see that. I still think, okay, if that does happen, I still think it's going to be after Mania. I think Seth does want Roman to be finished. I can still see Seth turning on Cody, sure, but I don't think he's going to do it at the cost of costing him Roman, personally. I think he wants to end Roman.
Yeah, something just feels off to me. Is that, like, you want to end Roman at the cost or at the hands of Cody, or would you rather end him yourself? And I just don't, like, I don't know. But speculation at this point, getting shit off. That leads into the men's chamber.
Yeah.
We got
KO.
The men's chamber match, which is fucking great.
Yeah, it's still on right now. KO comes out, Bobby comes out, Logan, and then Randy. So those are all the first people in the pods. And then Drew versus LA Knight to start the match.
Yep. I didn't really have, like I said, much notes for Drew and LA Knight, similar to like the main event on SmackDown. I didn't have anything for that.
I do have a particular note.
My first note didn't.
With them personally,
go ahead.
Before anyone comes out, because I've never, in my chamber watches, I've never seen this particular spot, so I actually wrote it down. There's a moment where LA Knight's like slamming Drew into the chambers and shit, and then he slams him in the KO's chamber, and at the same time he slams him, KO's punching the
combo.
And I've never seen that particular spot before.
Yeah, that was the first. I did put that down too.
To me, it was entertaining. Is it actually effective? Probably not scientifically, but again, it's wrestling. I enjoyed it.
And then like the sarcastic claps afterwards.
I enjoyed it. KO was funny in the pod, and so was Logan with his drawing and shit. Very entertaining.
Once KO does enter, I thought the dope spot was they brought up like the Make-A-Wish moment that he had, like he promised the kid that he's gonna do a choke slam, and I was like, I've never seen KO do a choke slam, and that was really cool to see just from a fan perspective, and the fact that you fulfill somebody's Make-A-Wish, like that's fucking amazing. Like I think like as talent, they don't get a lot of credit for like, you know, how they handle like, you know, the PR side of things. And that was a really dope, like, you know, moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, soon as he hit the choke slam, I was like, I've never seen him hit the choke. And then that's when exactly when Michael Cole started talking. So that was a cool spot. And shout out to KO for doing that. And shout out to the kid for asking for that, because that's a really simple, random ask. I just want to see you do a choke slam a nigga for me.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. Like you have a very unique thought process to be like, I want to see KO do a choke slam. I don't want to see any of you big motherfuckers do it. I want to see you do it. Was your countdown off? Like my countdown timer was off. There was like a lot of counts of them counting down fives or whatever.
The Slim Jim stupid thing, because it literally just popped up right now. Actually, it was a Slim Jim counter versus their actual counter. And because like whatever the crowd is seeing, I don't know. Yeah, it was stupid. It didn't make any sense.
I was like, okay, they're early. Are we late? What the fuck is going on here? So okay, it wasn't just me. That's cool. Inside, I think Bobby came out fourth, right?
Came out. He was third, and there was another spot I wrote down. So because he did it to KO did it to Drew in LA. He hits Drew with LA Knights land on the
code breaker
senton combo. That shit was so
the code breaker senton. That shit was clean. That shit was clean.
Yeah, that shit was.
I was like, I've never seen that. That was dope. Yeah,
I had to write that one down. And then Bobby comes out, and we get to slamming.
I don't like how your voice get deep when the meat come out. Pause. That sounds crazy. That sounds nuts. That is fucking crazy. Oh fuck, bro. Oh shit, bro. Hey, that's fucking wild. Oh man.
Yeah, so Bobby comes out.
Bobby
beating the shit out of motherfuckers. Bobby slamming them. He did have a cool spot. I didn't write it down, but he speared Logan through the fucking glass thing, through the chamber, which was funny.
Yeah. Okay. So look. So before we get into that, like there was that's one of those initiation spots I was talking about. That like he didn't have to take that, but he was getting fucked up this entire match, and I thought he was gonna move out of like out of the way. He just stood there and took it, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah." And it's I don't know if you heard it or you remember, but Bobby was getting up and he's like, "Shit, oh fuck," and it was a late bleep, so like, he definitely got hurt because he got eliminated not too long after that, and you could tell. Well, I mean, it was probably still a work because it did set up for AJ coming out and attacking LA Knight. Because how long of Bobby was taken out to get out the ring because he seemed legitimately hurt. But since AJ came out, I feel like it was probably work. Although him saying "fuck," I mean, clearly he did hurt something. He tweeted, he hit something that didn't feel good.
Even okay, so I think we're like semi out of order, but like it's all right. Y'all probably watched it. No, it's all cool. Even with like KO, when KO waited for Logan to come out, KO was in the pod with Logan, fucking him up. So not only did he get fucked up by KO, you then come out and get fucked up by Bobby. It was just an all around, like you got RKO by Randy. It was an all around spree for like Logan Paul.
He ate a lot of spots.
One of my notes about this and things I kind of was paying attention to about the chamber is that this chamber is a lot safer. They got padding down, right? And I was looking at like the old chambers, and them motherfuckers getting slammed on steel. Like it was steel on steel. So to see that, like, hey,
Unforgiving Stu.
we're still in Elimination Chamber, but we want to make sure. Yeah, bro. Like, I was watching. I think the first one, it was like Shawn Michaels, Triple H.
Yeah,
like,
Shawn Michaels.
I think it was an Unforgiven.
Yeah, he won.
Like that.
Survivor
Jericho,
Series.
Booker T, or some shit. Yeah. But that shit was a lot more brutal than what we got today. And I appreciate the fact that they're looking out for the talent. I can only imagine back then, them motherfuckers was not happy. Yeah, so we got Logan gets fucked up by everybody. The AJ spot was dope, where he comes out and finishes the story that we have with fucking LA Knight, which you talked about like 2 maybe episodes ago.
It seemed like it was,
we're like, where the fuck is AJ at?
done, and then AJ had that moment last week where he almost kissed Carl Anderson after they slapped each other, and then and then also it was funny because afterwards, Good Brothers show up in /OC, I guess, show up in NXT. So I don't know. That's all interesting. What's going on with that?
Yeah, hopefully we get some kind of resolution to that.
Context, but yeah, LA or AJ comes out, beats him with a chair, gives him a Styles Clash on the chair, which looked painful because part of the chair was sticking out. And then Drew gets the pin. So then we get Drew, Logan, and Randy as the final 3, which is current.
I never thought about that.
Which is I'm currently watching it right now.
Yeah. Okay, so Drew's had help.
Mm-hmm.
This past 2 weeks, Drew's had a lot of outside help. He's turning into a bloodline. He's turning to Roman.
And none of y'all can tell me different.
It was dope to see. Like I said, the spirit through the pod was dope. Like I said, shout out to Logan for taking these bumps. There's a lot of thank you Bobby chats where Bobby was getting a lot of pop from the crowd, which is really dope to see because Bobby definitely deserves his flowers. Bobby's been holding it down for a long time now. Yeah. Still in peak fucking form.
The only reason he's in this match is because he's over. People like Bobby, even though he's bland, but people like Bobby. He's over. Yeah, he's over. So,
Can't stop it. The Bobby elimination was great because that was like the picture perfect Claymore.
And you take
that shit. He took it.
Yeah,
he sold it really well.
Claymores like within a minute, and then there was another spot because he hit the Claymore like outside of the ring. Something happened in the ring, and then he ate another Claymore, and then he got the pin and got eliminated.
We then get was it the Logan Paul brass knuckle spot? Or Randy? No, Randy comes out.
Well, so after Bobby leaves, it's the final 3. After Bobby leaves, that's when LA Knight gets eliminated, and then it's the final 3 of Logan, Drew, and Randy. I didn't write this spot down, but I just watched it. There is a spot where Logan jumps, I think it was off the pod onto Drew for a crossbody, which was nice. That was a good spot. And
Logan was
and
moving.
Right now, as we speak, he's pulling out the brass knuckles.
And the brass knuckles, we seen her fucking waving in the air and everything like that, fucking throwing it up.
Shot.
And it gets gloriously RKO'd out of the nowhere, like the perfect camera shot for the RKO.
Yeah.
And this made me realize, just watching Randy, Randy's such a great performer because not only he executes because he's a great fucking wrestler, but his facial expressions, you feel damn, I don't know if Randy really injured or if he's not injured. The way he's selling is fucking crazy. The fucking
it scares me. I don't know how much he's selling because I feel like
you don't know.
Yeah, I really don't.
But Randy, he locks in. When he locks in, he's just in that moment of just acting. The dude is a really good fucking performer. Definitely. I mean, has Randy been in any movies? Randy could definitely do the Hollywood things we wanted to.
Movies. I mean, but it's mostly straight to red type stuff.
Marine 8.
Shit like that.
Logan then, or not Logan, but they then set up the 1v1 between Randy and Drew. Both of them boys is going at it. Randy's performing his ass off with like, selling his back injury and that he can't like get back up and whatnot.
And you see a small spot where Drew
he then
almost looks like he's about to be sympathetic again, and he's like, it looks like he's kind of contemplating, like feeling bad for a hot second.
Cause he goes for like the Claymore and he doesn't get up. And that's what makes him like, approach him, and then Randy grabs his legs or whatever and pulls his fucking RKO once again out of nowhere. And then I think the next spot was Logan coming in with the brass knuckles and knocking him the fuck out. Which Logan just opened up a door. We didn't know who the fuck Logan was gonna face at Mania. Now we do.
Well, yeah, I'm seeing some. I've been seeing some. I don't know, fantasy booking. It seems like they might. Seems like a lot of people are speculating multi-man possible ladder match for the US with AJ, KO, Randy, Logan, maybe LA.
We haven't seen a ladder match in a while. I'll be down for it.
I'll be down for that, actually.
Sets up Drew to get the win once again by outside interference. So now Drew's had 4 people help him secure pins, I believe, in the past week or two. It leads us into the main event, which is Rhea and Nia, which is this was the best match of the night. In my personal opinion, I think like these women went out there and gave everything that they had. Both superstars look crazy fucking strong. Nia's performance was fucking amazing. Good. Like Nia was really in her bag here.
She used submissions. I don't think I've ever seen her use submissions before.
Yeah,
but no, Nia looked great. The crowd was hyped. I mean, they seemed tired, especially based off of what you were telling me about, like how long it takes for the chamber to go down and all that other shit. But yeah, Rhea re-energized them. I mean, both of them did. Like, it was a hard hitting ass match.
Rhea to me is still the most over superstar in all of wrestling. I don't think anybody's topping like her push right now. Yeah, I'll still take Rhea's push over Cody. Like pop for pop, I think Rhea has it.
I don't know, man. People know every single word to Cody's song. They was
like there's an aura. There's a better aura around Rhea than there is to Cody for me. Not saying it like it's a bad thing, but like I just think when you see Rhea come out, it's like that's a huge fucking like you're a fucking star moment. There was a great like torture rack spot with Nia where she's like walking Rhea around in the torture rack. Like we gotta give her props because once again Nia's coming off of like the double knee surgery and shit like that. So to even still be performing these fucking feats is fucking amazing. Looked very strong. Once again, there was a super plex spot that was really fucking dope. This is Nia's best match that I've seen her in.
Yeah, I would say this is probably
what you got?
I would say that's probably her best match as well. No, it was fire. I did not write down any particular spots because at this point I was pretty exhausted. It was a good match though. The men's chamber is about to finish, so by the time this pod's over, I'll be rewatching it. It was a good match. The crowd liked it. I enjoyed it. Nia looked great. I really don't have much to.
There was the riptide spot was dope in here. It was a good spot because like once again, not like Nia she's just bigger, and to show that Rhea had the strength to like get her up and flip.
Yeah, it was a superplex
solid.
into the riptide, which that was a good. It was
superplex into the riptide. Like that's hard to do, bro. Like
it's a good ass setup.
That it was great overall.
Yeah.
Great
Rhea
fucking moment. Great match.
The majority
great
of the
fucking
match,
show.
And it was a good match. It was a good match.
Yep. Yeah. Overall, you got to give it out of let's go out of a 5. What are you giving the pay-per-view? 5-star rating. What do you got?
I'd say it's a 4.
I'm with that. I think that's solid. I think
all right, if we're doing
really
like super points and shit, like super decimals, then like a 3.8. But I'd say 4. Like, it was a solid pay-per-view. Every match was. Every match. Yeah.
It was a 4.15. Like, what the fuck is a 1.5?
Yeah, every match was good. I don't really have many complaints. I guess my biggest complaint was just the confusion with the Grayson segment. But
and why would you do a talking segment on a pay-per-view?
Just as a cool down, and Grayson, he's Australian and shit, but it was mostly like a cool down because there was only 4 matches, so similar to like, you kind of need that bathroom break kind of match, type of thing, or just a match to like settle the crowd down a little bit to get them rehyped for, because right after that was the men's chamber, so it was just, it's what they call it. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's what they. Yeah, it's what they call a cool down.
Just the cool down match, cool down segment. Go get your popcorn, your hot dogs, salty ass popcorn. Dry your goddamn mouth out. Pause. Yeah. With that being said, this is gonna wrap up episode 5. Let us know what you guys thought about in the YouTube comments. We see the YouTube people, y'all YouTubers, bro. Y'all got the numbers running up. We definitely appreciate it. Actually, for the YouTubers, if you guys made it this far, I want to know who y'all favorite wrestler is. Put that in the comment. Let me know who y'all favorite wrestler is, and then we gonna see. We're gonna talk about your favorite wrestler. Yeah. With that being said, we're gonna get out of here. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. It's been great. Y'all are showing mad support. 700 plus views on the TikTok. That will be definitely. We're gonna drop all the links. Twitter will be up. TikTok will be up. Definitely hit us up, talk to us. We definitely want the wrestling interactions. Absolutely. For sure. But yeah, with that being said, we're gonna get out of here. Hope y'all have a good one.
Keep it too sweet.
Peace.